Hello, Lakshmi. Good evening, Taran, Veninder, sorry. Sayed, good evening. Good evening. Hello. So, hi, hello, namaste. Welcome to you all for a class of ethics, integrity, and aptitude. We are going to start soon. Before that, can you tell something about this concept or the subject of ethics, integrity, and aptitude? What do you know about this paper? Why do you think that UPSC has introduced this paper? Anything that you know about this paper, please share with us. That as will take few seconds as your friends are joining. Then we'll start the class. Fine. So good evening. Completely strange. Okay, Taran feels that this is a completely strange topic. Don't worry, Taran. So try to attend all the 15 modules. Then you will have much familiarity with this subject. Whole of GS4 is ethics. Vaishnav feels. Ganasham thinks moral obligation in the service. Okay, we will understand what is this moral obligation, everything. Okay, ethics is about the right and wrong choice. Um, to do the right things. For me, too, it's a new thing. What is right and wrong? Tell us about this paper. It's completely strange. No issues, Anurag. That's good. It consists of case studies and general answers. I feel a little complicated side of UPSC. Laya, okay, we'll try to make it simple in our journey. All you have to do is make sure you attend all the 15 sessions. Okay, it is about human values. Instead of knowledge, UPSC wanted to know about our moral values to make a better conduct, person's conduct better and the choice. UPSC is introduced so that we are righteous in our work and do our duties with full dedication. Vedastri. GS4 includes integrity and aptitude. It is generally the moral values. Okay. Hmm. That's good, friends. So it's me, Srinivas. Let's we begin our journey. All your doubts will be resolved actually. Let's we enter into this topic. To know about the values way of communication, according to Anu, Vaishnav feels that is it there to help us to become conscientious, honest, upright officers with integrity and know the associated philosophy and principle. First, sir, first tell me the strategy, books for preparation of this subject. Yes, she will tell everything. Give us opportunity to decide what to tell first and then later. Don't worry. But by the end of this session, you will get this clarity. Okay, fine. Let us we start with a simple concept. Usually in a society, there are four kinds of people will be there. How many kinds? Four kinds of people in a society. The first category of the people are with high values and high knowledge. We have the second category of the people with low values and the low knowledge. So four categories: high values, high knowledge, then low values, low knowledge. We have another category of the people with high values but low knowledge. We have another category here. There are people with low values but high knowledge. Now, in our journey, we will understand this values, knowledge, etc. For this, for now, to begin with, who are these high values means who are these people with high values? These are the people who are good people and they want to do good to the society. They are good people and they want to do good to the society. And they also have the high knowledge. They know how to do good to the society. So these people are the great people in the society. So great people in the society. Let's we take it. We are writing things as if we are in the interviews and trying to impress the panel. Don't try to impress, be yourself, and they will get impressed, I think. Yes, hi Aditya. Okay, now see this. High values. So these are the people who are good people and they want to do good to the society. They also know how to do good to the society. See, even just you have a great intention, that is not enough. You also should know how to do good to the society. The people like APJ Abdul Kalam, Sir M Vishweshwaraya, and we'll discuss many other IAS officers. For example, Prashant Nair, IAS officer from Kerala cadre, Shalini Rajneesh from Karnataka cadre, U Sagaim from Tamil Nadu cadre, Ashok Kemka from Haryana cadre. We will introduce all of these people. These are all the people, they are the examples for high values and high knowledge. Now we have this category of the people who are low values. What is the meaning of low values? Here they don't want to do good to the society. They are very selfish, actually. They just take care of themselves. Suppose as an individual, if I consider that only my life is important, I don't care for other people, we can call this person as a person with low values. So here, the because people with low values, I don't want to do good to the society. At the same time, I can't do bad to the society also because I have a low knowledge. If you want to do bad to the society, we should have a sufficient knowledge also. You want to cheat others, manipulate others, or involve in a scam or the crimes like cyber crime, which requires knowledge. 2G scam, Commonwealth scam, Colgate scam, and other scams. All this requires a knowledge. So, with respect to the impact in the impact on the society, with respect to the impact in the changes of the society, they don't make any impact, or in fact, they may not make much impact. They born, live their life, and die one day. So here we have the people with high values. They have a great intention. They are good people and they want to do good to the society. But the problem is they don't know how to do good to the society. For example, if I am a village, I am there in a village. I know that there are so many problems are there in my village, but I need to find a solution that requires a knowledge. Without knowledge, I cannot solve the people's problem. Suppose imagine that there is a girl called Mrs. X. She has faced a sexual harassment from a powerful person in the village. She went to the police station, but police is not ready to file a FIR or take her case because the person who committed this is a very rich person, a powerful person. Now, as an outsider, I can see that this lady, Mrs. X, is facing the problem. Injustice is happening to her, and she is facing problems. And I want to make sure that she has to get justice. But for that, I should know what is this police system, FIR. If the police is not ready to file an FIR, what are the other options I have? If I don't know any of this, then I cannot help. So that's why this category of the people, we can call it as a weak people. They have a great intention, good, but they do not have the knowledge. Now we have the fourth category of the people with low values. What are these low values means? These are the people who do not want to do good to the society. They are selfish, but they have high knowledge. And these people are dangerous to the society. These people are dangerous to the society. Now, so these are the four categories of people. Is this the first lecture of ethics? Yes, it is the first lecture of ethics. Okay. Now, the people who want to become the civil servants, as of now they are civil service aspirant and tomorrow you will become the civil servants, they cannot come from this category. Why? Because with low knowledge we cannot clear this examination. The people also cannot come from this category for the same reason. With low knowledge we cannot clear this examination. But the people who can clear this examination may come from this category. That is a great people. That is fine. Okay. We need a people from this category. But there is a possibility that the people from this category can also clear this examination. They're already dangerous and we are giving more power to them, and it will have a great negative impact on the society. They're already dangerous, it can become dreadful, much more severe impact. We need to make sure that the people from this category are not entering into the civil services. It's a huge task, not at all an easy. We have a law of the land, we have media, right to information, everything is there. Like hundreds of measures we need to take to make sure that the people in this category are not entering, are not surviving in the civil services. Out of these hundreds of steps, one small steps is to make sure that people who are entering into these services are having the sufficient knowledge of ethics, integrity and aptitude. So to improve the ethical literacy, their knowledge of right and wrong, this paper of ethics, integrity and aptitude is introduced. You may ask this question, so just because this paper is introduced, are we sure that we are going to get the people only from who are ethical? No, there is no guarantee. But once you go through this paper, understand the concept and prepare for this examination and write and then clear it, there is high chances that there's a little change in the way you think about the society, the way you understand your role in the organization, in the society, etc. And that you can see yourself if you attend all the 15 days actually classes. Now the day 1 and after the day 15, at least there'll be a slight variation in the way you understand your role and responsibilities in the society, the way you understand what is right and wrong. And with this intention, this paper of ethics, integrity and aptitude is introduced. We just discussed the 4 categories of people. Are we clear with this before we go ahead? What is the topic we are discussing, Joshua? We have just started the syllabus, no, an introduction to the syllabus. We are discussing the 4 kinds of people in the society. And okay, next topic, you will get it soon. Is this subject scoring? No subject is scoring. It depends on the aspirant, whether aspirant scores it or not actually. And so it depends on the aspirant. Aditya, for now, my name is Srinivas. Other details will be shared in during the process of our classes. Okay, friends. Does it come in prelims mains? Everything we'll discuss, Aish. Fine. Come, let's we discuss that. Okay, so these are the 4 kinds of people in the society. Now, this paper of ethics, integrity, and aptitude. There are 4 GS papers plus 1 essay paper and optional papers. Everything is there in the mains actually. We call GS paper 1. That includes your history, culture, and geography. We have GS paper 2, which includes polity, governance, and international relations. And there is something called GS3, which includes economics, environment, science and technology, disaster management, and internal security. And there is a 4th paper known as ethics, integrity, and aptitude. This paper is for 250 marks. So earlier in the CSAT paper in prelims, there used to be a sum question based on the ethical decision making. Nowadays, they are not asking. So as far as prelims is considered, it may not have much relevance. But in the mains paper, it is very, very important because your 250 marks out of the 1750 marks, the total marks that is there for the mains, your 250 marks depends on this paper. And to write essay paper actually, or to answer the essay questions, that is for another 250 marks. The knowledge of ethics is very important, and this knowledge of ethics is also important for your interview. So this is the importance of this subject. Oh. So this paper of ethics, integrity and aptitude has 2 sections. One is known as section A, and obviously what should be the another one? Section B. In this section A, each question carries 10 marks, while in section B, the each question carries 20 marks. There are total 13 questions will be there. When you see some question papers of previous year, you may see, like 1A, 1B, 2A, 2B, like that it will be there. But each question is for actually 10 marks. So total 13 questions will be there. And in the section B, there are total 6 questions are there. So you can see that this is for 130 marks and this is for 120 marks. Each question in the section A We need to answer in maximum 150 words. Now you may ask the question, sir, is it compulsory to write 150 words? No, this is maximum. As long as the UPSC says that content is more important than the length of the answer, content is more important than the length of the answer, you should be able to justify you should be able to write appropriate answer for the question that is asked. But around, actually, if it is 10 marks, at least we need to write 100 words in generally, but 150 is maximum. Now you may ask this question, sir, what if I write 170 words, 180 words, 200 words or something? There the issue will come. Our task is to attend for 250 marks. How many marks we get, that is not in our control. See, we should always focus on the things which is in our control. Sir, how many marks we have to get it? No, there is no such rule. Actually, it depends from year to year and so many other factors. Actually, that is not at all in our control. That is why we should not worry about it. Our focus is to attend for 250 marks and giving the as best quality answer as possible. That is in our control. If we have to attempt for 250 marks, the each question in the section A we need to answer within 7 minutes. The each question within in the section A. Now, what is this section A? There are actually, so total 13 questions are asked. Actually, we will discuss in our journey. So many question answers we'll discuss, and it is based on the syllabus that is given to us. We can call it as it is a theory based question. For example, in our syllabus, we have a topic called emotional intelligence. And one of the previous year question was, how do you apply emotional intelligence in administrative practices? In our syllabus, we have a topic called impartiality and non-partisanship. The previous year question was actually, so why do you consider impartiality and non-partisanships are the foundational values in the civil services? If you are direct, but many of those questions want you to think again and then create the answer and then write it. Most of the questions in ethics paper, you cannot just write the answer. First, you need to create answer. After understanding the syllabus, you need to create. So it usually takes first at least 1 minute to 1.5 minutes in many cases to read, understand, and plan your answer. Then in the 5.5 minutes or something, you need to write. So you don't have time to write more than 150 words. And the space also, right, actually. So usually for a 10 marks question, one side of a page and another side of a page. So if you consider one side as one page, so total 2 pages are given to you. An average person write 80 words in a one side, so 160 words you can write it. If you use flowcharts or diagram, maximum we can write only 120 words to 130 words only. So this is this. And in the section B, each question is for 20 marks, total 6 questions, and each question we need to answer in maximum 250 words. Now you may think that, sir, here 150, the marks are doubled, but the words are not doubled. Okay, they're less than the double, you can see that. Why? That we'll see. Our task is again to attend for the 250 marks, and if this has to be completed, you need to make sure that you attend each question in the 14 minutes. Each question in the 14 minutes. And this part we can call it as a case studies. This part we can call it as a case studies. What is this case study? A situations will be given to you. Situations are given to you. Usually a situation is given to you. And they ask this question like usually, what are the options available to you? Evaluate these options. And finally tell what is your final decision or what is your course of action that you will take in this particular situation. This is the most common pattern of the case studies. Now, to introduce you to the world of case studies, to give you an idea how these case studies are there, let us will look at some previous year question. But this paper of ethics, integrity, aptitude has introduced in the year 2013. So from the year 2013 till 2023, that 2023 mains is already over. So we have 11 years of question papers which are available. 11 years of question paper is available. In that they've asked many case studies. Like even if you consider 6 questions, the 66 questions are there from the 11 years. Have you gone through any previous year question? Can you give me some hint actually about that situation? We'll explain in detail so that other aspirants will get some idea what kind of questions may be asked in this paper. 250 words, how many pages? So usually because it is for 20 marks actually, so you will have a 4 pages. If you consider one side as 1 page, other than the questions, you will have 4 pages to write the answer. Decision making questions, give me one example. Vivek, can you give clarity about what you are trying to tell? Our case study is difficult? That you will only find out actually, Joshua, in our journey. Let's see if you understand the syllabus and if you are ready to apply to a situation, it will become easier. Okay, this phrase was used in the question. Okay. Emotional intelligence in corporate office. If you come across some actually case studies, can you give me some keywords related to that so that we'll tell that? I will also tell other case studies. I just wanted to check actually whether have you gone through the previous year question. Normally, you are expected to go through the syllabus and the previous year questions before coming to this actually class. No problem. You will learn in the future. If you don't, you might not have a time. So there was a one question that Vaishnav says, sir, you are an aspirant selected for the interview. On the way, the stranger having a car accident. Okay. Sir, why screen background color is black? We don't think so. Okay. First, we'll take Vaishnav's question. Yes, there was one previous year question case study. What is that? Okay, let me take the new slide. So, what was this case study? So, interview related. Imagine a situation where you have cleared your prelims, mains, and you are attending the interview. On the way to the interview, you saw that there's a two people, a mother and child, they met with an accident. They are severely bleeding. Now you are going to the interview, and if you go near them and try to stop the bleeding and try to help them, make sure that the immediate care is given to them, there is a chances that your interview might get delayed and it might affect your state of mind also. Or if you just go to the interview without caring them, there is also a danger to their life actually. So how do you handle this situation? You are on the way to the interview and there are two people met with an accident, they are severely bleeding. And how do you handle this situation? In simple, a simple form of this. So this question was asked in one of the previous years. And for a 20 marks, we need to write a 250 word answer. Like what is the situation? What are the ethical issues are involved? What are the options available to you? Evaluating those options and finally telling which course of action we follow. And example, if there are two incidents that you already know going to occur, one is mob violence and another one is acid attack, which you would go first? Though this question was asked, actually this can be the possible question actually that can be asked in the interview or something. Aditya says, there's a situation of mob violence and acid attack victims actually, and you are the only person, suppose you have to go, which one do you go? This may be the possible question. As of now, they have not asked actually, but it can be asked. Empathize, study the situation, consider extreme choices. I don't know what to ask from you, but excited to study this subject by intro. It looks interesting. Yes, Sakshi. So call ambulance and make them hospital. We will discuss the answer. For now, we are just trying to introduce the question to you. So one, this question is clear to you, hope. There was another question that was asked actually. For example, there is a company A which actually creates some raw materials and supply to the different industries. This company A, the manager of company A, from many days is trying to get a contract from the company B. See, every industry requires some raw materials, right? So this company A manufactures some raw material, and from many days this is waiting for an opportunity to get a contract from the company B. One day, the manager of company B called him. So, for example, I am a person who supplies some raw material, and if we get a contract from the B company, I felt that it will be a great opportunity so that we can make profits, we get good recognition, everything. So one day the manager of B only called. So I went there, we went for a dinner, we had a dinner, all the discussion was done, and the deal is also done. At a certain price, they are ready to, they are agreed to take our products. So everything went well. I decided to go back to home, and now the manager of the company being says that, see, you are going to Vijayanagar, right? Some area way. I am also going that way only. I will drop you. So now I am the manager of the company where which supplies raw material, the B, and we are sitting in a car that is related to the B manager. We both are traveling. On the way, this car met with an accident and injured a person who is riding a two-wheeler, a bike. The person who is riding the two-wheeler was severely injured. He was sent to the hospital, but now a legal investigation has to be done whose mistake it is that has led to the accident. As a person, yeah, I know that actually it is happened due to the mistake of the person, the manager of the company B, and he was in high speed than that is supposed to be followed. This person also violated the traffic rules, and that is why this accident happened. But if I tell the truth, there is some harm that is happened to the company B manager, and they may cancel our the deal. Possibilities are there. So I can tell a lie so that actually, but by telling a lie, I may favor the company manager B, but I'm doing some injustice to the two-wheeler, the person who is riding the bike actually. In this situation, what are the options available to me? Evaluate this option and finally tell which course of action I'll follow. This was one of the previous year question. Now, these are all just introducing you to the different kinds of question that was asked. Now, for example, imagine another case study. There was a lady called Saraswati. Her dream is to work in a industry which manufactures some medicines. So some company name is X actually. So not the Twitter actually, X actually. So some company. So we are using the word X or Y actually confusion. So let us we say Z or Z. Okay, Z or Z. Z. The name of the company is Z, not once again Z News, some random Z. Okay, so there's a company called Z is there. The company Z is there, and this Saraswati want to get a job in this industry, and she has worked hard. She has applied for the examination, and she was able to clear the written stage, interview stage, and everything. And finally, she got a job in this company. That is like a dream comes true. That is a dream to get a job. She is happy with the salary. She is happy with her post, the designation that is given to her. And this Saraswati is also the sole breadwinner of her family. There are two people who are disabled are also depending on this Saraswati. She is, when working in this organization, she has come across some news that there are some people who are living in the nearby village to this industry. They are facing some health problems. This Saraswati got a curiosity. She started knowing more details about what is this health problem and why they are getting and everything. In this process, she find out that this chemical industry in which Saraswati is working, releasing some chemicals without filtering it properly into the nearby water body. And this water is being consumed by the villagers, and that is why they are facing the health problems. Now, Saraswati was shocked to know about this. She discussed this issue with her colleagues. Colleagues told that, see, even if the our company mistake, don't tell this to the outsiders actually, or even to the management. See, now you know this job is very important to you. If you try to highlight this issue, you may be removed from the organization. Now Saraswati is in a dilemma. I want this post, okay, but at the same time, I want to help the villagers also. And if this Saraswati was your friend and she calls you to find out the solution, what are the suggestion that you give to Saraswati? What is the suggestion that you give it to Saraswati? What option she has? Evaluate those options and finally tell which is the best course of action. These are few examples of the case studies that they've asked in the previous year. Hope you got some understanding about the section A and section B. This is just the question and what kind of questions may come. So around 250 marks. Out of this 250, 120 marks depends on the case studies, and this depends on the theory. This is what the question paper pattern of this ethics, integrity, and aptitude. Yes, very interesting, Joshi. Like this, there are 66 questions are asked by UPSC from the year 2013 to 2023. Could there be driver mistake separately? Maybe, Vivek, but in the question it is given only the mistake of this person, the company B. Rakesh is a responsible district level officer who enjoys the trust of his higher officials, knowing his honesty, not give him responsibility of identifying the beneficiary of a scheme. Okay, last one question case study that will introduce you, and then we'll go further. So one of the student, Ways History has sent this question. Like a Rakesh was a person who is working as a government official. This person is an in charge of a government scheme where the scheme is associated for the old age people. There is scheme. He has the authority to decide the beneficiaries. Now, if anybody has to be eligible to get a treatment under this particular scheme, they should have some four criteria. For example, they should be old age people, they should be a BPL below poverty line, and some conditions are there. One day, there's an old man comes with a rare disease, some health problems, and if we give there is some great surgeon told that I am ready to do the operation, but there are some medicines and incidental charges are there. For that, you need to arrange 1 lakh rupees. Now, under this scheme, Rakesh can allot this 1 lakh rupees or give 1 lakh to lakh rupees to these people, get the treatment done. But the problem is, this scheme under which Rakesh is an in charge is belongs to a particular community people only. Some community, like some community people only. But these old age person that who is suffering from a rare disease is not coming under that community. He is BPL correct, 60-year-old plus correct actually, and if you give treatment, will that be cured? That is also correct. Everything is matching except that this old man is not belong to a community. Now, if I want to give benefit, all the documents should be there, all the criteria should match, but one criteria is not matching. So in this situation, once again, as a Rakesh, what are the options available, and evaluate those options and finally tell which course of action is better. So like this, some questions are asked. Once again, as of now, don't worry about the answers. Once you know the syllabus, you will find the answers yourself. Okay, friends. Hope you are clear with the kind of question. Just an introduction to the section A and section B. Are we clear? Shall I go further? Good. If any doubts as of now, you can ask. After every slide, we'll take few seconds to and make sure that if there are any doubts that is resolved actually. So keep on asking. We'll answer as early as possible. So no doubt. We have just introduced the pattern of this paper, section A, section B, and why this paper is introduced. Now, what we'll do, we'll try to understand the title of this: ethics, integrity, aptitude. First, we'll know the meaning of the word ethics, integrity, and aptitude. Yes, friends. So, what do you understand by the word ethics? So you have to participate. You might have heard somewhere what is ethics actually. So, or this word. I know the people say you have to be ethical person. So, what is ethics? You have to participate until some people answers. Okay, there are some answers. One minute. It is showing that I'm new on the website. Which books to read, Joshi? We will answer soon. Actually, Vivek, your email ID. Now, whatever the questions that you have asked, you can ask in the class itself. Actually, in our 15 days journey. Okay, so you can ask. Okay, yes, yes, yes. Actually, books for ethics. We will tell. Okay, so what is ethics? We have some answers. Ethics means actually study of good and bad, helping nature, the way of behavior, right and wrong, sense of right and wrong, value a person, righteousness, value the person. Heard that it is widely contested topic. Principles, values need to be a human, clarifying the good and bad. Okay, discrimination. Okay, good answers. How to make notes from the class? Anurag, have a white paper and pen with you. Whatever we discuss, make sure you're understanding and keep writing also. Don't write in papers because you might throw. Please buy one unruled notebook, at least of 100 pages. 200 pages is also good. And from whatever we are discussing, please keep writing there and make sure you understand first and then you write it. So that's all for now. You have to make the notes. By the end of our journey on 15th day, we'll give you more clarity how to make our notes. Personal rules of life, honesty, study of human actions from the perspective of rightfulness and the wrongfulness, principles of judgment, ethics studies, dash, 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 simple terms. Thank you for your participation. Let's we understand what is ethics. What is ethics? Ethics is the study of right and wrong. Ethics is the study of right and wrong. Ethics is the study of good and bad. Ethics is the study of justice and crime. Ethics is the study of virtue. Virtue means good values and vice, bad values. We'll discuss it further. What is ethics? It is the study of right and wrong. If this is the study of right and wrong, you tell me a tiger kills the deer and it eats the deer. Do you think it is right? Think about it. Tiger kills the deer and it eats the deer. Is it right? Now, there's an elephant which is walking. Normally, it is being a social animal, it will walk in a group. But somehow this elephant got isolated from its group. There are four lions attacks an elephant and they kill the elephant. They eat the elephant. Is this is right? Some animal give birth to the next generation and eat them. Cannibalism. Is this right? Some animals have physical relationship, intimate relationship among siblings. In our terms, like brother, sister, they may have a physical relationship among themselves. Is it right? What do you think? Yes, yes, yes. Many are saying that it depends, it is natural, or it is natural, it is subjective. No, it is not. Actually, yes, right. So that's first thing. Thank you for participating. Keep participating. Okay, good. Now listen. So answer for all these questions that we have asked actually is lies here in the next part. What is ethics? Ethics is the study of right and wrong in an human action. Ethics is the study of right and wrong in a human action. What is human action? We will study in depth once again. But for now, the activities of human beings, for now, in the beginning. So, the first thing to tell, uh, whatever we study as ethics, as a right and wrong, that will come into the picture only if the human beings' interference is there. It is related to us. We as a human beings, we created ethics. Without the interference of human beings, whatever happens in the nature is natural. That is a reality to be accepted. We don't judge them as a right and wrong. We are also the animals, but we thought that we should not live like animals. We have to grow together, develop, and to make our life better. And we created this concept called as ethics. In order to make sure that people are ethical, we created religion, we created actually many philosophies, many textbooks are there, holy books are there, law of the land is there, social norms are there. All these are created to make sure that the people are ethical, they follow some right path. So hope you got the answer for those previous question. The concept of ethics will come into the picture only if the human beings are interfered in that. If the human beings are involved in that, if there is no human beings, there is no concept of right and wrong. We study right and wrong only from the perspective of human beings actually. I did all those procedures. What procedures? Oh, ethics word applies only to those who think, Aditya. No, even animals think actually. Okay, it is not about just thinking. So, but we created, like, we thought that we should not live like animal, but many times we created many problems for ourselves also. Okay, now for now, hope the things are clear. What is ethics? Ethics is the study of right and wrong in human action. But what is right and wrong? How do we decide what is right and wrong? Everything we'll discuss. For now, we are just trying to understand the meaning of the word that is called ethics. Okay, we study what is good and bad. Is there is any punishment to animals? No, we don't give punishment to any animal for doing anything actually as a human beings. Like for example, if dog bite happened, we don't bite the dog. We don't give punishment to the dog. We may try to restrict them, control them. If they are affected by any diseases or something, we give treatment to them. If they are considered to be a threat to the humanity, we restrict their movement. So that cannot be called as a punishment for doing something. We are only restricting further harms. So there is no punishment is given to the animals because they have done something wrong. We may restrict them from doing further harm. So if human kills an animal, it is wrong. But if the animal kills another animal, isn't right? Isn't that actually? No, we don't call it as a correct. So if human beings kills animal, then there is a question whether it's a right and wrong. We will study. But if one animal killing another animal or something, we don't discuss something as a right and wrong. It's a part of nature. That's all. Ethics is equal to virtues, which helps to live the life, what we can do and what we should do. That is also correct. There are hundreds of definition we can keep it. If snake bites someone, is it good to kill the snake actually? That depends if the what the law of the land says actually. If there is any animal, normally to protect ourselves or our family, if there is no other option than killing any animal, then only we can kill that. Otherwise we try to protect them. We can, there are people who catches snakes actually, we can call them, make sure that they will take this and they live in the wild environment and everything. We have to do everything than killing first. If there is no other option to save ourselves or our family members, only then we can consider killing them. Can I make during the class like running notes? Otherwise, PPT enough. Pravalika ji, aap to notes si compulsory karna. So you have to make notes actually. Please, have a white paper and pen with you and keep writing it. So now, hope the things are clear to you. What is ethics? Now we will come to the second word, integrity. What do you understand by the term integrity? Vedastri says to do the right thing even when nobody is watching. That's correct. Anything else is integrity? Dudekula says it's honesty. It means unity, high values, quality of being honesty, unity, same. Oh, both ethics, integrity, same, Sakshi. No, we will see what is the difference. Self discipline, maintaining honesty in action, self respect, not to sacrifice one's moral values in any situation, honesty, dash, 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 dash. Let's we see, Sakshi. Positivity towards anything. Aniket, are you sure? Positivity towards anything. Okay, now we'll discuss what is advantages of terrorism. Is that integrity? Let's we see. Please write it in the PPT. That's what we are doing now, PP, no, Vivek. We are writing on your PPTs. If everything is already there in the printed version, you will get 100 notes. That's why you have to be present here. I'm not writing what is integrity. I'm just reading your comments. Whenever it is required, I'll write it on the PPT. Okay. Hope you got it actually, Vivek. What exactly you are saying? Can you please repeat it if your issue is not resolved? Strong moral principles, honesty, individual, responsible for all the things mentioned in the preamble, doing the right thing. When you write, that gives us some space to write. Yes, Aditya. Yes, friends. Let's we understand the word integrity. What is integrity? The first one, integrity means ethics in action. So, what is integrity? Ethics in action. What is it? Knowing what is right and wrong is ethics. No, understanding what is right and wrong. That is easier comparatively. The biggest problem is following that in our daily life, everyday decisions making, both in private life, public life, and everything. So following the ethics in our life is known as an integrity. Now, suppose if I follow ethics in my life, if I get money, if I get power, if I get recognition, I can easily follow. But the problem is sometimes when I follow ethics, I might have to face some negative consequences, some problems I may face. In spite of these problems, I have to be ethical. And that is known as consistency of character. Consistency of character. Now, what is the meaning of consistency of character? So, as a civil service aspirant now, and once you become a civil servant in the future, there are many temptations that people create. Many temptations that the people create to deviate you from the path of ethics. What are they? People are ready to give you anything, means anything, to deviate you from the path of ethics to get whatever they want to get it. So imagine it may be the money or other kind of wealth. Money, wealth, or sometimes promotions, or sometimes it may be some sexual favors. So I want to do good, but sometimes people when they offer actually, so money, wealth, promotion, sexual favors or something, if I'm ready to do something which is not considered as a right, that is called influenced by the temptation. But integrity means not to get influenced by the temptations. So what is integrity? Consistency of character. What is consistency of character? Not to get influenced by the temptation. What are the temptations? This. Now, to give you a clarity, imagine the situation. Imagine, so I am a civil servant and there's a person called Ramesh, some hypothetical name. He is sitting in front of me. This person has come to meet this officer to get some approval for a project. I have gone through his history and I have seen that actually there is some corruption is involved in his previous works, and the quality of work this person has done is not at all appropriate. Now we government has called a contract to construct some canteen so that we'll provide a food to the poor people at very affordable cost. 5 rupees breakfast, 5 rupees lunch, 5 rupees dinner. In order to provide that, some government canteens we need to construct. That is why the project has been called. And there's a person who is sitting in front of me. This Ramesh says, sir, all your previous officer, they have made sure that they will give contract to me and my family only. This time also actually you have to make sure that we will get the contract. As always, actually, whatever the profit that we make, so in that we'll give you some profit, like 10 lakh rupees, we'll give it to you, sir. Whether you want in the form of cryptocurrency or in whatever the way, different routes are there. You just let me know how to pay. I am happy to pay. Then this officer say, what do you think, man? Do you think that I'm a corrupt official? No matter what, I will not allow this to happen. I don't give actually contract to you. Do you think that all government officers are corrupt? I am not like that. Then this person say, sir, why do you angry, sir? Actually, so no need to get angry, sir. Okay, I understood, sir. So 10 lakhs is not sufficient. I'll make sure that you will get 20 lakh rupees, sir. Make sure that I will get the contract. Then this person say, see, man, nowadays this right to information, media activism, some educated people are all involving in our activities. Even though I want to help, I may not be able to help actually. At least this time we will give it to the better person who can do some quality work. See, when increase in the money, my ethics is coming down. Then this person said, sir, all these are there, sir. Actually, from many times, this media, RTA, everything is there. So why? Finally, sir, I will give you 25 lakh rupees. Please make sure that I'll get this contract. ఓకే, ఇంకేం చేసేది, నువ్వు కూడా మన పిల్లోడే, మనకు మనోడే నువ్వు కూడా. సో జస్ట్ యు ఆర్ ఆల్సో బిలాంగ్ టు అవర్ కమ్యూనిటీ ఓన్లీ. సో వాట్ టు డూ? సో డోంట్ వరీ, we will get it. At least make sure that the work appear to be good to the other people even though it is not good. So here what happened, though initially I'm an ethical person, I want to do good, but with increase in the money, my ethics has come down. I am not ready to follow ethics in my life. This is actually called getting influenced by the temptations. This is called getting influenced by the temptation. What is integrity? Integrity means not to get influenced by the temptations. Are you Telugu person? We will see in the Mishra, Jansir and everything. By the end of actually our classes, you may guess actually which language I speak. Okay, let's we come to this. Those people who do not get influenced by the temptation, the next method is actually there are some pressures are created. There are some pressures are created. What are the some of the kinds of pressure that civil servants may have to face? Some threat calls. Like you might have seen some, in movies or something, you have to do this, otherwise you will face negative consequences. So I know that actually your daughter is studying in the Delhi public school, fifth standard, and if from last 2 days she did not go to school because of the fever. Your wife wearing red sari went to the particular Venkatramana Swami temple. We know everybody what they are doing. You have to do this, otherwise their life is under the threat. Something like some threat calls. Sometimes transfers, false complaints, suspension. These are all the pressure. Now here I'm ethical person. I want to be ethical, but every time when I try to take right decision, you are transferring me. If I'm transferring, it is not just me. Like my family has to shift. Actually, other I have to separate from my family. Like for example, hypothetically, my wife is settled in some private job. Kids are going to school. All that get disturbed. Actually, now I don't want to face all of this. So I allow the wrong to happen. If I'm doing that, what is that? I am getting surrendered to the pressures. So this is called getting succumb to the pressure. Succumb. That is called getting succumb to the pressure. So I'm getting surrendered to the pressure. But what is integrity? Not to get succumb to the pressure. You have to follow ethics at any time or any situation. Anytime or any situation, you have to follow the ethics, not to get influenced by the temptation, not to get succumb to the pressure, maintain the consistency of character. This is called integrity. What is the pressures are clear to you, temptations are clear to you. These words are important, that will be using it in the classes. Are we clear what is integrity? Pressure from elected leaders. Srinivas means Telugu. No, Srinivas not means not Telugu. Okay, so gifts, please do it as soon as possible. Okay, maybe some. Okay, this has been best reflected in movie Rowdy Rathore. Ethics is at a cognitive level and integrity is behavioral level. Yes, we can say that. Vedastri, correct. How do they overcome the pressure? We'll discuss integrity in detail, challenges, solutions, everything, so that you will get clarity. How to deal with the pressure? Yes, Mitisha, you will understand. Sir, integrity definition. Vivek ji, मैं आप क्या बोल रहा हूँ? Integrity means what? Following the ethics in our life. Integrity means maintaining the consistency of character. Integrity means not to get influenced by the temptation, not to get succumb to the pressure. This is only integrity. And you are asking what is integrity? Kya ji, Vivek ji? Consistency of character. Now what is character, personality, we'll discuss. For now, if I'm an ethical person, I'll maintain the consistency with respect to ethics. I do not change the ethics. Actually, I do not violate the ethical principles that I am expected to follow for any situation or the time. This is called consistency, maintaining consistency with respect to the ethical values, with respect to the right things. Whatever the problem, I follow whatever is right. This is called integrity. Succumb means getting surrendered, like surrender to the pressure. Can you give example of previous civil servants like Durga Shakti Nagpal? Yes, Vaishnav, we can give. In fact, we'll also discuss many examples in the future. Now, that is integrity, but we'll give you one more definition of the word integrity. Integrity, the word integrity also means completeness or wholeness. The another meaning to the word integrity is completeness, paripurnate, the wholeness. What is this completeness or the wholeness? Actually, integrity means I as an individual, there are three things associated with me. What is my, what, like they are thoughts, what I think, speech, and then action. Whatever I'm thinking, whatever I'm speaking, whatever I'm showing it in action, all are same. There is harmony in our thought, speech, and action. This is also called integrity. Now, what does it mean? I suppose as a civil service aspirant, and once I become a civil servant, I strongly believe that I should not take the bribe. I should not involve in corruption. This is there in my thoughts. Whenever I speak, I also do the same thing. But in my action, or do the same way in my action also, I don't involve in corruption. So there is a same in similarity in what I'm thinking, what I'm speaking, and what I'm doing. This is called having harmony with this. This can also be called as personal integrity. This can also be called as personal integrity. If there is any question, what is personal integrity? At the individual level, whatever I think, whatever I speak, whatever I do, they are same. It also means absence of hypocrisy. Now, what is this hypocrisy means? Suppose I say that we should not take the bribe, but I myself taking the bribe. We say that we have to respect everybody, whether the person is a postman or the prime minister. A respect should be given because they are the human beings. Actually, how can we disrespect the people? When I'm taking a person, tender comes with a coffee and I have this coffee and say, inta challaga undi, and you are bringing this coffee to me, just throw, go somewhere. You are bringing this coffee which is so cool, not tasty also, and you are throwing on that person. So we are telling that we should respect everybody, but we are not respecting the person. That is also human being. That person is also human being, right? So this is called hypocrisy, claiming to have some qualities that we do not have, or we are telling something but we are doing opposite. This is called hypocrisy, not being hypocrite. And we say, suppose some regional languages, we need to promote our regional language like Kannada, Telugu, Tamil, or other thing. We are saying that so we should join our kids only to the regional medium schools only, but I myself joined my kids to some international English medium school or something. So this is all called hypocrisy, absence of this, and having harmony with what I'm thinking, speaking, and doing is called personal integrity, to be specifically. Are we clear with the word integrity and the personal integrity? Sir, is USA having hypocrisy? That you have to find out. Fluidity in character. We'll see what is that, Vivek. Then we'll update you with that when we discuss actually integrity. Integrity screen, please. This is the integrity screen. Please take the screenshot and we'll move ahead. Okay. Nagendran, thank you. Now we are coming to the third one. See, we are trying to understand the title of the movie. Ethics, study of right and wrong in human action. Integrity, following the ethics in our life. Now we are coming with the third word, aptitude. What do you understand by the word aptitude? We cannot take screenshot. So next time you can take, but these PPTs are also shared with you. We will get these actually PPTs. Aptitude is a combination of intelligence and emotional quotient, best reflected in the recent Pepsodent ad. Okay, what is this Pepsodent ad issue, Aditya? I have not come across. I will go through that. Ethically as mindfulness, the ability to type of capacity, ability to be ethical, ability to understand and perform one's duties. Logical thinking dash 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 dash. Let me see your logical thinking. Now see this. So can you tell me what is the next two letters in the series? Don't tell the logic, let other people think. O T T F F S S E and dash dash. What are the next two letters in the series? Okay, let other people we keep thinking. We have answers like Q Q E E Evo, NT EQ ER Evo. Good, keep thinking. We do not require any like calculations or something. And every word has some every letter has a some relation here. O T T F F F F S S and E and the next two letters. Think. Just few seconds. By the time we'll take four doubts are there. Um, okay, friends, listen to this. Answer is very simple. Answer you have learnt in your childhood actually. So this is just 1 2 3 4 written in a different way. ONE1 TWO2 THRE3 FOUR 4 5 6 7 8. So next letters are 9 10 11 12 etc etc etc. Got it? So this is just 1 2 3 4 written in a different way. So don't get your ego hurt actually. The purpose is to make you think, that's all. Our intention is to make you think, just 1 2 3 4 written in a different way. Got it, Nagendran? Okay. Now, let me tell you another one. Can you tell me something that is common between the letter T of the alphabet and island? Jhansi Rani. Yes, you are right. We will understand what is that actually. Aptitude means soon, actually. Correct. One kind of aptitude is mathematics. That's correct. So the question is, what is something that is common between the letter T of the alphabet and island? Let other people think actually. So both need water. T, the letter is only T, it is not TEAT. Wow, Sarita has a great answer. So we have friends will tell you both are the English letters. How is that possible, Sarita ji? Okay, John Sirani also. They are like-minded people. Sarita and John Sirani. They are think alike. Both are English butter. Super. Any other thing that is common? It comes after S. Okay, T comes maybe after S. S T. In island also comes after S. There should be a common between these two. Only one portion is attached to each other, like one portion in the sea is the land. T-shaped trees are in the island. Half of the eye. U is common. Both are alone. Wow. Okay. T is also alone. Island is also alone. There can be a group of islands. Okay. So the answer is simple. Yes, Shivaji. आप भी super. Both are English letters, sir. Okay. Let me try. What is this something common? See, both are in the middle of water. See the letter T. What is this? It is in the middle of water. WATR. Water is there in the T's middle. What is island actually? Island is also a place where there is a water around that, and in the middle you have island. So don't get your ego hurt actually. Our intention is to make you think, that's all. Otherwise, you are just listening to this, it might get bored or something. So our intention is to what is cheating in this actually? I told whatever is correct only. That's why, see, our intention is to just make you think actually. Don't get your ego hurt actually. So my many times people usually we think these are the part of aptitude. They're related to aptitude, like some mathematical abilities or something, but this is not exactly aptitude. What is aptitude, we will understand. I am thinking really complicated, but answers are simple. Yes, Laya. Sometimes answer can be simple. Is it like B feels cool between the AC? Yes, Jansi Rani. So which is the coolest letter actually? So one like which is B is the coolest letter. Why? It comes in between A and C. One answer actually a statement. That's a good thing, Jansi Rani. Okay, let's we go further and try to understand the word aptitude. Aptitude. The word aptitude has come from the Latin word aptus. It means fit for or suitability. You might have used the word apt, APT apt. Array, this person is apt for this. She is apt for this. He is apt for that. That's apt means fit for or suitability. The literal meaning of the word aptitude is suitability. Now, what is aptitude? Aptitude is the natural ability to do a particular work. What is aptitude? It is a natural ability to do a particular work. What is aptitude? It is a natural ability to learn a particular skill through the appropriate training. So, what is aptitude? Aptitude is the natural ability to do a particular work. It is the natural ability to learn a particular skill through the appropriate training. What is that? I will explain to you. Now, in order to understand the word natural ability, let us we go to the another slide and get some clarity. I'll come back to this slide actually 1 minute. So now, first, can somebody tell me what is this? The word knowledge, intelligence, and wisdom means. What is knowledge? What is intelligent? And what is wisdom? In Kannada, this is called Vidya. This is Buddhi, and this is Viveka. So, what is this knowledge, intelligent, and wisdom? And is there is anything common between these three? Just think of these words. So tell me, what do you understand by the word knowledge, intelligence, and wisdom? Cognitive ability is common, knowledge is gain of values. See, now many times we see that we ask some question and give some time to think. See, that is how the called as method of learning. You should not learn anything directly. Before you learn anything, you have to create a curiosity to your mind, and then you should learn. And that is why we follow this method. We give you a topic and you have to actively participate. So you can text here, that is good, but if not, at least you have to keep thinking. Okay, then only you will get this clarity. Have a gain of something, intelligence is applying, gathered, of a natural wisdom. It's all about brain. Okay, wisdom can be acquired. Okay, good, good. I'm going through the comments. Knowing the intelligence, understanding, wisdom, knowing the things. Knowledge means knowing. John Siran. Intelligence means being intelligent. Wisdom means being wise. Okay, so learning IQ level capacity, intelligence is ability to understand. Dash, dash, dash. Now, friends, listen to me. Okay, now listen to me. Thank you for your participation. Now, listen to me. Okay. Now, so as I've been saying this actually, so sometimes we read randomly, but rather than that, you try to follow this if you feel it is appropriate. Before you learn anything, you have to create a curiosity to your mind. Suppose tomorrow you are reading an article or a content about Rajya Sabha. Now you are, suppose you are reading our notes or Lakshmi Kant material or any book actually about Rajya Sabha. You should not start directly reading the Rajya Sabha. First, you should ask this question: what is this Rajya Sabha? Why the word Rajya Sabha is given to the Rajya Sabha? And why do we need Rajya Sabha actually when we already have Lok Sabha? What happens because of the Rajya Sabha? What happens if Rajya Sabha is removed? I heard that Rajya Sabha has less members compared to Lok Sabha. Why is that? What happens if these people are more, these people are less? So ask as many questions as possible, create a curiosity, and then you read, then you understand it in a better way. Suppose you are listening to an editorial about Russia Ukraine war. You should not just start listening to that. So, first thing, where is this Russia? Where is this Ukraine? Why they are having a war? Do I know anything about Russia Ukraine war? And even in 21st century, why do we need a war? We heard in the medieval times actually there was wars actually. But even in 21st century, are we going for a war? Is it right? Then what is the role of UN and other organizations? Ask as many questions as possible, then you read an editorial or listen to the YouTube analysis so that you will get more clarity. Now, what is knowledge? In simple, knowledge means understanding something. Sometimes people call knowledge means collection of information. No, it is not necessarily collection of information. It's understanding. Suppose if I say I know Bhagavad Gita, I know Quran, I know Bible. So if I say that I know Bhagavad Gita, what does it mean? I have gone through this actually Bhagavad Gita either by myself or I heard from some. It's there in Bhagavad Gita. It is not just I have by hearted the slokas of Bhagavad Gita. I was able to understand what is there in Bhagavad Gita. Then I say I know Bhagavad Gita. I have understood what is there in Bhagavad Gita. Same way I can say I know capitalism if I understood how the capitalist society works. Communism, if I know how what is this concept of communism, communalism, capitalism, socialism. When I say I know, I understood how the system works. That's called as understanding. Now, what is intelligence? Intelligence is the application of knowledge. Application of knowledge in the right time, in the right way to get desired result. To get desired result. So application of the knowledge in the right time, in the right way to get the desired result is called as an intelligence. So you know that there is a difference between understanding and learning. Understanding is one method of learning. There are many ways we can learn actually. When we learn, yes, we are also understanding a topic. So learning is the method. The more and more we learn, that means more and more we are also understanding. Yes, friends. Now focus here. I'll explain to you. So, what is this intelligence? If I know the knowledge, I can use it actually to do good things in the society, bad things also in the society. Desired result to get it. In this context, I will tell you one homework that you are supposed to do. After the class, if you go to YouTube and type this word called Odandurai. So, Odandurai. Have you heard of this place called Odandurai? Has anybody heard of this place called Odandurai? Odandurai. Any idea about this word? Okay, so Odandurai, it is one of the village in the Tamil Nadu. There is a person called R. Shanmugam. When he has become the sarpanch of this area, this village actually has having many problems. Two important problems that they are having: they do not have access to electricity, and they are also having issues with the drinking water. As a R. Shanmugam, he has understood what is my role as a sarpanch. What are the natural resources are available? What are the government schemes are available? By even that is, and he was able to understand, that's called as a knowledge. But he is also applied. By using that, he has made sure that solar panels are installed on every home, not one home. If you watch a video, you will understand. So note down, but please watch after our classes. You have to spend at least 30 minutes after our classes also, so that you will get a clarity. So he has installed a solar panel on every home, so that the village has become a self-sufficient in the electricity. They not only have a sufficient electricity to that particular village, they are also able to sell excess of this electricity to the state electricity board, and they're earning the lakhs of rupees. And they're able to take these lakhs of rupees from the state electricity board, and by utilizing the other government schemes, they made sure that they have access to drinking water also. This is an intelligence. So you know the knowledge and you are able to apply, and you can create, I know, a small backward village has turned into a forward village. So these are few real life examples that you have to know. We'll be keep recommending some videos actually, so you have to note down and make sure that you go through those videos. How we get money for solar? Sir, panchayat will have a funds. The local bodies, they will also get funds. They have a constitutional right to get the funds. From there, he got the funds. Okay, now we'll come back to this. So please watch this video. Okay, this is the homework. Please note down somewhere. Now, suppose I have understood the banking system and how this banking system works, where security guards are there, CCTV cameras are there, locker system is there, everything. And I can also do the robbery of this bank also. That also requires intelligence. So in order to do good or bad, you need intelligence. So knowledge is understanding, application. That's why, what is the difference between science and technology? Science is the knowledge, technology is the application. Today's science is tomorrow's technology. Now, what is wisdom? Wisdom is a combination of knowledge. It is a combination of knowledge and experience. So when we know it, that actually, but just because I know, I have understood everything, it is not sufficient. In order to become wise, we need to experience it. Like suppose somebody say, I know about share market. That knowledge is different. But when you start investing your money in the share market, then you get a more clarity. You will learn from, you do some mistakes actually in trading, investing and everything, then you learn from that. That's, you will become an experienced person actually. When you are able to take your own decision, apply it actually in the context, and even if you face a failure, you are able to understand why there is a failure, and go on learning, so that you develop something called as a common sense. Common sense. And this person is called as a wise person, ability to make sound judgment, good judgment based on the experiences. The more and more we take decision based on our own analysis, implement it, usually there is a high chances that actually our wisdom will increases. Our wisdom will increases actually. So this is now why we have discussed all of this actually. Knowledge, intelligence and wisdom, what is common in all this? All these are acquired qualities. Acquired qualities, they will all come after our birth. But there is something that comes to us along with our birth actually. That is known as natural ability. That is something that comes to us along with our birth. Like, yeah, that's fine. Half answer you said correct. That is super. Sir, like gaining the knowledge is UPSC aspirants applied the knowledge in after becoming the IAS to attend exam is called intelligence. Yes, Mitisha, you are absolutely right. Now, the word natural ability is also called as talent. The word natural ability is also called as talent. Normally, we use this word, I know this person is a talented singer, talented dancer, talented actor. So talented batsman, bowler, everything actually. So this talent is something that we have the natural ability to learn that particular skill, but all we need to do is identify what is something that is special in me, and I was able to do it. Now, see, not just human beings, even the animals have these natural abilities. For example, you know about a dog that has a better smelling ability compared to human beings. There are some animals who can identify their prey. Like even that prey is beyond 5 kilometers, actually, this can find out, okay, there is a prey after 5 kilometers or something. Well, a dogs also they can find out which have much better ability than human beings. Ants, they can carry much more weight compared to its weight. What does it mean? Suppose if I'm 70 kg, carrying the 70 kg weight is normally difficult. But if ant is actually 1 gram, it can able to carry more than 1 gram. So that is, it has more ability to carry the weight compared to its weight. So in the same way, you have know that fish has a swimming ability, natural ability. The monkeys have a climbing abilities like this. As a human beings, we also have many natural abilities, which are some of these natural abilities are common to many people. Like suppose we are able to stand on the 2 feet. Well, for many animals, they do not have natural ability to stand on the 2 feet. Thanks to the previous effort of many generations, now we are able to stand on 2 feet bipedal. We are able to speak well thanks to the effort of many generations. We are able to understand ourselves, who am I, what I'm doing, and everything. We have a better self-awareness compared to other animals. We can understand the other people from their perspective. That ability also we have. So like this ability to learn the languages, ability to speak well, these are few natural abilities which are common, while few people have extraordinary natural abilities with respect to writing, reading, designing, swimming, and all this actually. For example, if somebody want to become a good cricketer, especially batsman, fielder, and everything, they require something called hand-eye coordination. Hand-eye coordination. There are some people who are better able to do this by birth. They have this gift actually. They can have a better hand-eye coordination compared to the other people. So it is just that you need, everybody is genius, everybody has natural abilities, but there are different natural abilities to different people. All we need to do is to identify what is it and work on that so that we'll become a skilled person in the future. So this is called natural ability to do a particular work. This is called aptitude. Now, after this, you will have some doubts whether it is really true that this everything. When we discuss aptitude as a chapter, we'll give you more clarity with few examples of many people. Now, for example, just now to make understand, in cricket, there are many people who are gifted with that. For example, Virendra Sehwag is one example who has a natural hand-eye coordination. So kannu mattu kaigala samanvaya, hand and eye coordination actually. So so these people with natural ability compared to other people with less time and effort, they can get a skill. Other people also can get a skill, but this person with natural ability can do this easily. This is one definition. Now, let us we understand the second definition with the help of this. Even MS Dhoni is an example actually for natural abilities. So, do you know something called structural unemployment? What is structural unemployment? Anurag read in economy. Do you remember it, Anurag? Just give me some keywords, that's all. So, yes, I'm reading your answers. So, yes, Vaishna, you're right. RT, good. Yes, Sri Lakshmi. Okay, now listen to this. Due to the structure, okay. Due to the robot, okay. Many of you are right, actually. Yes. What is structural unemployment? It is an unemployment that is created due to the changes in the structure of economy. For a simple to understand, suppose I'm a teacher. Earlier we are using blackboard, chalk piece, everything. Now I know how to do this. But now this digital technology has come, but I'm not able to understand this digital technology, how to use the screens, how to make PPTs, and that this everything. Then because there is a changes in the structure of economy from physical infrastructure to digital infrastructure, if I'm not able to adjust with that, then my employment opportunities will come down. A small example. Suppose I'm an auto driver. We are standing in an auto stand. The people will come, ask them where is the place, and will drop them, get the money. Nowadays, this Uber, Ola has come, but as an auto driver, I'm not able to understand this mobile navigation, how to use Uber, Ola. Some people say already phone pay has done, but I'm not getting money. I'm not getting irritated, and I get so show this on passengers. They will give me 1 star rating, everything. So I'm getting frustrated. I'm not able to handle these new things well. That decreases my employment opportunities. So whenever there is a structural unemployment, there are many organizations looking for the employees. There are many candidates who are looking for the jobs. There are many candidates looking for the job, organization looking for the candidates. Still there is unemployment because the skill that these organizations are expecting and the skill that these people are having are not matching with each other. Now, what is the solution for this? Don't worry, it did not get stuck actually. Okay, so what is the solution for structural unemployment? No, it did not stuck actually. I is just stuck actually. Okay, we can hire them and hire and fire them. No, no, we can hire them and train them. Okay, so we will hire them and we can train them. But the problem is everyone are not trainable. Everyone are not trainable. Just because we give the training, there is no guarantee that they will learn the different skills that we are expecting. Array, we want to teach these skills to this person. Now, how to know whether this person has the ability to get those skills? If we give the training, is it guaranteed that this person will learn? So even to learn the skill, we will give you the training, but to learn the skill, you should have some ability. And that is why to know that you have this ability, they conduct a test actually that is known as aptitude test. Most of the private companies, they usually take this aptitude test actually. So once you clear this examination of aptitude test within the sometime like half an hour, 30 questions are given to you. If you are able to solve this, okay, now we give the training, this person can get the skill, and that is called aptitude test, right? So now you listen or observe the second definition of this. What is this aptitude? It is a natural ability to learn a particular skill through the appropriate training. We are ready to give you the training, but do you have the ability to learn this particular skill? That is what tested. Even the CSAT, the civil service aptitude test actually, though normally prelims paper 2 we call it as a CSAT, but the whole prelims, mains and the interview is actually to test aptitude. Do you have the ability to become a civil servant? Those people who are able to clear this examination is considered that they have some ability to learn the different skills required to become a civil servant. And then after the you clear this police mains interview, there will be a training period is given to you. Then you will work under other authorities as a probationary officer. Then you will get a skill, and once you get a skill, you will be given the independent charge. So this is actually, that is ability to learn the skill. Aptitude is not a skill actually, but it should have ability to learn the skill. This some people will get naturally, some people will get it actually with effort and everything. But when we say aptitude, the people should be able to do it naturally. Suppose in a 21st century, if we ask why I should hire you, if I say, sir, I'm ready to do the hard work, sir, you just tell me I'm ready, I will ready to do work 12 hours a day, 13 hours a day, I'm ready to do hard work. This person may not be hired actually. So if somebody is ready to do hard work, that person may do it for 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 1 month, 2 month. But we get irritated to do hard work. The job should be natural to that person. He or she enjoys the job actually. When you have an aptitude, you are made for it. You enjoy the process of doing it. This is few points related to integrity. We will learn in depth when we go to the topic of aptitude in the future. By now, hope you got some clarity about the word aptitude. Any doubt before we go further? Yes, Lakshmi, you're right. We need to update actually as the world is moving. We need to provide education. Sir, how attitude, aptitude, altitude? Now, Jansi Rani, we will learn attitude in our journey. Once you get attitude, we will see. So, though there is a statement like attitude, not aptitude determines attitude, no, for in future, remember aptitude plus attitude is equal to altitude. If you want to reach a higher levels, you should have aptitude. You should also have attitude. What is attitude? We'll keep it pending for now because we'll discuss soon. It is part of our syllabus. We have a two modules dedicated to your attitude so that you will get clarity. How to develop natural ability? You cannot develop a natural ability. Already you have it. Just identify it. How to do that, sir? That we'll discuss in the chapter called aptitude. Okay, that's fine. Let's we go further. After understanding the title of the movie, that is ethics, study of right and wrong in human action, integrity, following the ethics in our life, aptitude, natural ability to do something, natural ability to do a particular work. Though this is the title, if you want to classify the syllabus into three chapters, there are three chapters are there. If we classify according to the chapters, the first one is known as ethics. So around 40% of the syllabus is ethics, where we will try to understand what is ethics, what are the factors that determines ethics, what happens if we follow ethics, what happens if we if we do not follow ethics, and many things related with ethics. That is 40% of our syllabus with respect to the syllabus as well as question paper analysis, based on the question paper analysis. Now we have the second chapter called as civil service values. That is another 40% of the syllabus. And we have the ethics in governance, that is a 20% of the syllabus. So in the first chapter, we will understand what is right and wrong and how to arrive at the decision of what is right and wrong. This is first chapter, 40% of our syllabus. Then as a civil servant, you should have some qualities you should have. And that we will learn in the civil service values. Now, once I know what is right and wrong, once I was able to apply the actually or develop some qualities, that is civil service values, with the help of these two, I need to bring ethics in the governance actually. When we apply this and we try to decrease the corruption and everything, that's ethics in the governance. That is 20% of the syllabus. Now, what comes in ethics actually? See, these modules are there. We'll be sharing the PPTs with you. And this is the order also that we follow, like basic terminologies of ethics. That now we are discussing this. After that, we discuss conscience as a source of ethical guidance. We'll discuss what is the essence of ethics, what are the factors that decides what is right and wrong, what happens if we follow ethics, what happens if we do not follow ethics. There are five dimensions are there that we need to keep in mind when we are taking the right decision. What is right in private relationship, what is right in public relationship, what we can learn from thinkers and philosophers. As a individuals working in the organization, in private institution, we may get many ethical dilemmas. What are ethical dilemmas? What are some ethical dilemmas that we may face in private institution, public institution, how to resolve them? All these are the part of chapter 1, that is ethics. So by the completion of the 5 modules, that is 5 days of class, if you attend, you will get some clarity about what is ethics. Now we'll go to the second chapter after completing this first module. This is just the heading, friends. We will discuss each of this module in detail. After completing that, we'll discuss some qualities that is required for a civil servant in detail, like integrity, dedication, impartiality, non-partisanship, objectivity, empathy, compassion, tolerance, aptitude, etc. In order to become a good civil servant, you should have a positive attitude. So we'll understand attitude. What is attitude? Positive attitude. We have something called positive attitude, negative attitude, moral attitude, political attitude, bureaucratic attitude, democratic attitude. Like so many attitudes are there. What are this attitude? We will understand. We'll understand structure, function, everything. In our society, many undesirable attitudes are also there. In order to remove this undesirable attitude, as a civil servant, you should have social influence and persuasion. And what is these weapons or the tools, that also we'll discuss. So the next five modules, after the five modules which focus on ethics, next five modules focus on the different qualities. Along with this module, actually, emotional intelligence, this is also the part of the chapter 2. After completing this, then we'll go to the chapter 3, that is ethics in governance. In order to bring ethics in the governance, we need to know what is public service, what is the logic this governance has introduced, actually, what is corruption, what are the problems that we are facing to deal with the corruption. In order to end this corruption, how we can use the tools of transparency, accountability, right to information, citizen charter, what is this code of ethics, code of conduct, how to utilize the public fund well, how to improve the quality of service delivery, and finally we will bring probity in governance. This is the all based on the third chapter, 20% ethics in governance. Most of the topics that we discuss here may also repeated in your GS paper 2. GS paper 2, but they discuss from political perspective, but we discuss from ethical perspective. Though it is repeated, don't worry, we'll discuss from our ethical perspective. And finally, on the last day, we'll discuss ethics in international relations and what is ethics in the corporate companies and how to do this ethical corporate governance. And finally, we'll tell you what are the books to be referred, actually, and how to prepare, how to go ahead further, everything we'll discuss. This is how we are going to approach the next 15 modules, though usually one module per day, that is how. So 15 days, 15 modules, but there'll be little bit variations are there, actually. Some modules are bit comparatively larger, some are smaller, like this it will go. Are we clear by now? Any doubts before we go further? Thank you, Sushil. And case studies. While we are discussing these topics, we'll also discuss the case studies related to these topics. But we take some 2 to 3 modules to introduce you the case study. You need to know some basics before we start case studies. So when while discussing these topics, we'll also discuss the case studies related to this. All clear. Sir, BRK when? Oh, BRK means break. So that will give around 7 o'clock. After completing the lectures of ethics, we are able to write the answer because I have a fear of that. Let us we complete this. We will help you to do the practices. Joshi, how to do that? Previous year question. Don't worry, everything will do it. Sir, I think to clear this exam, we have to learn ethical skill and behave in a day-to-day life. That is also important, Mitisha, and that is why this paper is introduced. What kind of books we need to refer? That will be answered soon. Will it be so difficult in understanding? Now you are able to understand now what we are teaching. Same way, if you attend the next overall 15 days class, it will become easier. It is difficult, you do not, if you do not attend our classes. Will that be easy? We'll try to make it easy, provided you are present in the class, not only physically, but also the psychologically. See, being awake and alert during our 3.5 hours of class is your responsibility. For those who are awake and alert, making sure that they understand is my responsibility. Let the deal be very clear, actually. Let the contract we are signing. If you are awake and alert, and you should attend the class at when it start like 5 o'clock. Suppose we discuss for 1 hour one topic and suddenly you come at 6 o'clock. Sir, what is ethics? No, but if you are present, because that's why after every slide we'll give you some time. Your task is only spending 3.5 hours every day for 15 days. My responsibility is to make sure that you will understand the entire syllabus and you develop a curiosity to read further. Deal done. Okay. Sir, can you give daily examples? Yes, I'll give daily examples. Now, many of you are asking reference sources. So what is that reference source? Very simple, friends. You have to refer to our class notes. That is whatever we are discussing. You are anyhow present for here 3.5 hours. So we will be having this PPT and we'll be writing every concept here, or it will be available to you. Just go through that first thing. After that, If you want more information, you may consider going through my blog. If you go to Google and type ethics and essay by Sri, if you type these words in Google, you will get a blog spot where we also have a detailed, we have some previous year questions, answers are there solved and everything. You will get it there. After that, we'll be giving you some homework that you are expected to watch some videos and some TEDx talks, actually, some TED talks. So this you have to go through actually. So TED talks, what are those videos for now? You have today like Odandurai. Like this in our 15 days journey, we will tell you many videos actually to refer. If you are referring to those videos and TEDx talks and everything, this is much more sufficient to learn the content. It is not advisable to read too many books for ethics. Okay. Now, if everything is written in PPT, what is the importance of running notes? Yes, Chetan, you are right. That is why everything is not written. And even suppose whatever we are written, actually, you have to write once you understand. Now, suppose you have not attended our classes. Now, whatever I write here, 40%, 40%, you may not understand. Everything is not written in PPT. If you come here, the classes attend, and only then you will understand. I will write the way I have understood. You have to write the way you have understood, Chetan ji. So, do we need to use the Byju's book for ethics? So, we have given one good material. We have given one material that is good, but don't read that book actually of Subbarao sir book actually from first page to last page. Keep it with you. Suppose we discuss some topic like objectivity. You go through our class notes, and then still you need more clarity. Only as a reference actually, go to that particular topic and read and keep it there. That's all. Don't no need to read from page A to page end actually, or from first page to last. This ethical training is also given by corporate companies. They also give, but they mainly focused on how to motivate, how to work more and everything. Yes, though some emotional intelligence are all same, but there'll be a different syllabus is there. We will discuss for what is required for a civil service aspirant. They may discuss what is required for the employee to work in that organization. Deal done. Break. Saraswati ji, break at 7 o'clock ji. Sir, the word after by Sri, SRI Sri, ethics and essay by Sri. That's why we have been repeating SRI Sri. Tell some books to study for interest only. If someone wants to study and explore more, as of now, once again, no need to read too many books actually for this, videos and everything for our subject. Otherwise, if you just type self-help books for UPSC aspirants in Google, you will get a so many list actually. You may read any books. As far as syllabus is considered, this is enough for now. In your free time, please watch these TED Talks videos. Actually, generally they are helpful for your UPSC preparation also. Yes, friends, hope we are clear with reference sources. Any doubt as of now? No, I am moving further. Do religious books also helps? You can read with your own curiosity. You can read Hinduism, Islam, Christianity, Buddhism, Jainism for your own better understanding of what is right and wrong. It is nothing is compulsory, but as an Indian, you are always you can learn that some key points at least. Okay, you are not asking for a syllabus. You want to read more ethics and psychology. See, once again, ethics and essay will be referring to you. For now, you may consider reading the self-help books. I will tell you the so like what to type so that you will get it actually. Yes, I'll tell you how to get this actually. For now, if you type Odandurai, you will get some videos. We will tell you how to get it. Yes, friends. Let's we go move further. So we are discussing some basic terms. Now focus here. We will learn four more terms actually before we take the break. Go through these four words actually and try to find some answer before I discuss. Racer said something called ethics. It is a study of right and wrong. What is this? Personal ethics means what actually? Personal ethics. Okay. Ethics, professional ethics. What are these professions? Doctor, teacher, lawyer, are they profession? What is this professional ethics? Okay. Are they both different? Now we have something called environmental ethics. Array, ethics is ethics. Why this word environment is added? Is it normally environment that we study in GS3 or any other environmental ethics? Okay, so bioethics. What is this biology? I know. What is this bioethics? So think about these four words. Then I will start in few seconds. I just want you to think. Yes, I'm getting some answers which are good, but before we discuss, you should have some idea of these words. Good, good. Go ahead. Go ahead. Abhijit is ethics is universal. Some part of ethics may be universal. Good, good. Keep thinking just for a few seconds, then I'll start the class soon. Thank you for all the participants. Go ahead. Okay, friends. That's a good participation. Now, please listen to me for a few seconds. Listen to me. Okay, now listen to me. What is ethics? Ethics is the study of right and wrong. Okay, ethics. What is ethics? We discussed that ethics is the study of right and wrong. The concept of right and wrong according to a person, like as an individual, I am a person. What do I consider as a right and wrong is my personal ethics. Normally, when I, whatever in my life, actually, I follow this personal ethics. When we interact with our friends and family members, we follow this. The personal ethics is a concept of right and wrong associated with a person, while the same concept of right and wrong associated with a profession is known as professional ethics. For example, doctor, as a doctor, I may have access to personal information of the patient. I should maintain the privacy of the patient. I should not misuse the personal information of the patient. Can be a professional ethics for a doctor. In the same way, there is a professional ethics for an engineer, lawyer, civil servant, etc. that we will discuss it. So for every profession, there is a concept of right and wrong that is restricted to or associated with that particular profession, which is known as professional ethics. Now, what is ethics? Ethics is the study of right and wrong. Ethics is the study of right and wrong in a human action. That's what we discussed. The concept of right and wrong from the perspective of environment is known as environmental ethics. Ethics is the study of right and wrong in a human action. The study of right and wrong in a human action from the perspective of environment is called as environmental ethics. It is the study of appropriate relationship. It is the study of appropriate relationship between human beings and environment. It is the study of responsibilities of human beings towards environment. So, what is environmental ethics? It is the study of appropriate relationship between human beings and environment. It is a study of our responsibilities towards the environment. It is a study of what is right and wrong, the way we are dealing with the environment. This is known as environmental ethics. The earth and its resources, the earth and its resources. Earth has so much of resources. We should not just consider as a gift that is given by our ancestors. It should also be considered as a debt that we have taken from the future generation. See now, suppose if some gift you are giving me some gift, assuming that I can use the gift. If I consider earth as a gift that is given by our previous generation, yes, it is a gift. We have to use it. But it is not only the gift, not only, but also. It is also the debt, the loan that we have taken from the future generation. This is a loan that we have taken from the future generation. So that means if I taken a loan from you, I have to give back the loan. So I have to give this earth and its resources to the next generation. Normally, if we take a loan, we should give it with interest. That means we need to make this earth a better place to live and then give it to the next generation. We should have this mindset when we deal with environment. The knowing this and following this is, knowing this is known as environmental ethics. What is bioethics? With so much of advances that is happening in the science and technology, there are many questions have come in the field of medicine. The concept of right and wrong that comes in the field of medicine, then the study of this is known as bioethics. For example, in theory, it is possible to create designer babies. Our babies can be designed. So, designed baby, we can call it as. See, for example, some people, because of their darker color complexion, they face some discrimination. We say you should not discriminate so-called fair color, dark color, light color, dark color, etc. But they face discrimination. So if genetically it is possible to alter the color so that everybody born with the so-called light color or so-called fair color, the fairness cream, fair color only. Is it okay to create only fair colored people? Some people have less height and they face discrimination because of that. So if it is possible to increase the height of all the people, every child actually who are born 6 feet plus, do we have to create that? Some people born with disabilities, if we can change some genes and can make sure that they do not born with the disabilities, do we have to do that? To what extent we should interfere? Do we not interfere in the genetics at all, or do we have to interfere? To interfere, to what extent we can interfere? Surrogacy. See, remember, do we have a bioethics in our syllabus? No. But do you know that there is something called bioethics? Yes, you should aware that there is some bioethics also. It is related to the field of medicine. So what is this surrogacy? Suppose, like I am as an individual male and hypothetically my wife, because of some reason we are not able to give birth to the next generation, then a sperm can be taken from me, egg from my wife, and it both can be introduced into the another woman. So with the help of her, we can give birth to the next generation. In simple, that's surrogacy. Is it ethically right? In nature, some people are fertile, some are not fertile actually. Are we going against nature by doing this? Now we have this concept called euthanasia. It is called mercy killing. Suppose I am suffering from a disease where there is a no known treatment is available. No treatment as of now, and there is no guarantee of the immediate future treatment options also. There is no guarantee that the treatment will be available soon. Then I am dying or living in a vegetative state. I don't know whether I'll be alive completely normal or not. In order to keep me in this state, suppose my family members are spending so much of money, and it's an emotional issues to them also. Now in that, suppose I am a person who is depending on external support, and if they remove that ventilator, I may die. That's called passive euthanasia. Or they can provide me some medicine so that I'll die. So some drugs or some poisonous injection, I may die. That's called active euthanasia. So that no financial issues, emotional issues, or something. Do we have to keep that person alive or allow the person to die? Is abortion right or wrong? If there is any no is it okay to do it or not, in which cases it is right, in which case it is not right. Study of all these things comes under the bioethics. We do not have exact syllabus, no questions are asked actually, but you should know that there is some topics like this. Personal ethics, professional ethics. To give you more clarity, in the slide we have given, you can go through this. We are sharing this slide actually. We have discussed to understand, to make a written language. What is personal ethics? It is an individual concept of right and wrong. They govern our personal lives or the private life in the matter of right and wrong. Professional ethics is a set of standards established by an external organization to govern the individual working within it. Some textbook sentences, if you want to remember, you can go through this, but make sure you have understood what we have explained. By using those examples and with these points, you can create few more points. Environmental ethics. So the study of human beings, ethical responsibility towards environment, and bioethics we discussed in the field of biology and medicine. These are the four terms. Like this, every day we are learning many terms as possible. Now, any doubt as of now before? Is same-sex marriage is also under bioethics actually? See, it is not especially related to advances in the technology and all homosexual relation. First of all, it is not a problem at all. It is not an issue at all. So it will not specifically come under the bioethics. It can be a part of professional ethics in the field of medicine. Doesn't we have an ethics for animals? We don't teach ethics for animals. We try to accept them the way they are. Sometimes we train them to domesticate them and we torture their life also. Generally, we should allow the nature to be as it is, as long as it is not harming us. Sir, I am not able to understand bioethics. Priyanshu, bioethics is a study of right and wrong in the field of medicine. As it the study that whether abortion is right or wrong, when we should allow the abortion, when we should not allow, what is surrogacy, when to do this, when not to do this, euthanasia, should we do it or not, analyzing all these questions is that is coming because of the advancement happening in the science and technology. Study of this is known as bioethics. In society there are many issues will come, that is called societal ethics. Could you please display the previous slide? Okay, you want this slide, I think. Okay, yes, yes, you can call it as the same sexual marriage is a concept that is related to society. Yes, Anurag, you're right. It is a personal decision, they'll marry, but the society, whether they consider as a right and wrong, we can consider it as a societal ethics. Sir, euthanasia, I'm not getting actually. After this slide, you want to know. Okay, take this slide actually. Chart is now public, sir. Please make it private. Okay, made it. Done. Yes, sex change surgeries can become a part of bioethics, correct. How debt with respect to future generation? We should think like it is a debt loan that we have taken from them, so that we will give back to the next generation. So that we'll give it back to the next generation. Aniket want to know euthanasia. See, in simple, euthanasia means mercy killing. What is it? Suppose a person is in a vegetative state because of some health problem that he or she got it. They are not able to live a normal life like other person. They're almost on a bed. But as far as biology is considered, this person is alive but not able to understand what's happening. In order to keep the why that person, this person got some disease and there is no treatment is available now. Now what to do? We can keep this person in the same state, but to do that, money is there and family members will also suffer. If anybody die actually, we cry for 3 days, forget them and focus on other parts of our life. But if someone is on the bed when we don't know whether they will become alive or not, it creates so much of emotional issues. In order to end that, we can allow that person to die. Then the concept of euthanasia will come. Whether we should do it or not, study of that is known as bioethics. Okay, now listen to me. After understanding these four words, we have this concept called as conscience. What is this conscience? Where it is actually? Now related to this conscience, known as there is something called voice of conscience, moral reasoning, moral courage, moral corruption, crisis of conscience. All of what are all this actually? We will learn after 15 minutes of small commercial break. So we'll take a break now, and the break actually is from 7 p.m. till 7:15 p.m. So we'll meet at 7:15 p.m. and continue our journey. Yes, only 15 minutes break. Enjoy the break and come back.
అయితే మనం దీన్ని బట్టి అర్థం చేసుకోవచ్చు. బ్రోకర్స్ మనకి డబ్బులు ఊరికే ఇస్తారా? వాళ్ళ దగ్గర
So, hi friends, welcome to you all after a small break. So, any doubts from the previous session before we go ahead? And also, by the time your other friends join, tell me anything that you know about this word conscience. In Hindi, it is called Antakaran. In Kannada, it is called as Atma Sakshi. In Telugu, it is called Antaratma. So, Atma Sakshi, Antaratma, Dharma Pragna, Antakaran, conscience, what it is, where it is, anything and everything that you know about this word, please think about it and share it with me. If somebody has any doubt about the previous session, also you can ask. Vedasri believes it is instincts. No, it is not instincts. Manassachi in Tamil, okay. By meditation, we'll get this power according to Lakshmi. So, those who don't do meditation, according to Lakshmi, they don't have conscience also. Hardly 1 or 2% people may do meditation. So, according to you, only they have conscience. Let's we see. Subconscious mind, according to Vaishnavi, an inner feeling that tells us that whether we are doing something right or wrong. It makes us feel guilty if we commit a moral error. Can we say conscience is similar to ethics? Let us we see. It is abstract. We will understand. Do luck matter? Tharan suddenly has come. Sir, do luck matter? Yes, it matters a lot actually. But yeah, whether it matters, yes, it matters. It is a soul choice. Our heart will tell something right and wrong. Our heart will normally heart do pumping of the blood. It is our way of thinking. When I meditate, I sleep. Most of the people do that. If we are about to do anything that we feel it's a wrong or conscience is a great ledger. Aha, Vivek ji, वो तो हमारा notes में है. So it is there in our notes. Tell something which is not there in our notes. Conscious is ability to notice the things happening around us. Okay. It is our inner soul thinking. Okay. Now I will discuss the word conscience. But many times when we discuss the word conscience, people confuse us with another similar word. Let me first differentiate this. See, we have a word called consciousness. This word consciousness and this conscience is different. Anyhow, I will go into the detail of conscience. But first, let me give something about this consciousness. So, what is this consciousness? See, now I'm talking about this word consciousness. Consciousness means our awareness of the surroundings. For example, as a person, I know that like my name is Srinivas. Now I'm taking evening batch class. Actually, it start at 5 o'clock and go until 8:30. This is the first day of class. We have a good temperature around me. So I know where I'm there and what I'm doing and everything actually. So I'm aware of all these things. This is called consciousness. There's an altered level of consciousness. Sometimes suppose you're sitting in the class or there at home actually, but in mind you're thinking something else. Maybe you are in a daydreaming or something. then these are all the different levels of consciousness. For example, I'm standing here but thinking something else, and somebody may passes from here, I may not be able to focus because my focus is something else. So I'm not completely conscious of what is happening. So that's altered level of consciousness. If I go to coma stage, actually, where I'm physically present but I'm not conscious of my surroundings. Who am I, what I'm doing, why I'm here in the hospital, where, what is this hospital? I am not able to understand anything. That's actually consciousness is not there. That is in a state of coma due to some medical issues or some health issues. It is said that people have some higher level of consciousness, people who do this deep meditation, who got enlightenment and all. But what is that state of higher state of consciousness, I am also not sure, because I have not reached that higher levels of consciousness. It is said that people like Swami Vivekananda, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Gautama Buddha, Mahavira, and many others have reached these stages of higher levels of consciousness. We all know what is consciousness, altered level and no consciousness state, and this is all about consciousness. Don't confuse with the word conscience, which is different from this. What is this conscience? I'll come back to now. Hope we are clear with this word consciousness. Conscience is not aware, conscious is aware. Virender, now we'll come to the word conscience. Okay friends, see, now we are going to the world of conscience. So now you have to give me 20 minutes, and make sure that in this 20 minutes you are present with me. You have to travel with me actually. Okay. So make sure that you have undiluted attention for the next 20 minutes. If you get any doubt about conscience, keep it pending. After the 20 minutes, I will take all of your doubts and I will answer each of that question also. Okay. Fine. Now, are you all ready for this journey? Sir, I'm confused, sir. I message about consciousness. Okay, but go through the content that you have given. Okay, fine. Thank you. Now you will come to conscience. After that, actually, we will understand. Now keep writing whatever we are discussing. Make sure that you are present in the class. If any doubt, that will be addressed after the 20 minutes. Okay, now listen to this. So conscience. Please keep writing and also follow my class. The word conscience is also called as inner light. Antar Jyoti, inner light. Suppose in the dark we want to travel somewhere. We don't know whether to go, whether there is any path ahead or not. And if there are paths, whether to go in the A path or B path, we don't know. But if there is a light, we can see whether to move ahead or not. In the same way, there is a light within all of us which will guide us whether to take some decision or not. And that is why this conscience is known as inner light. This conscience is also called as inner constitution. Is also called inner constitution. We have a constitution for a country. Based on the constitution, law of the land is framed. All the laws in India are created based on the constitution. Based on the laws, regulatory bodies are there, they create regulations. Based on the regulation, each organization makes rules. So all these laws, rules, regulations are created based on the constitution. So the constitution guides us how to take the decision. In the same way, we have a constitution within ourselves that guides us what is right and wrong. And this is known as conscience. There is something constitution that guides us. There is a constitution within us which guides us what is right and wrong. And that is why it is called inner constitution, and that is conscience. So what is conscience? Conscience is the inner sense of right and wrong. We have some inner sense of what is right and what is wrong, and this is known as conscience. Whenever we are in a confusion about what is right and what is wrong, or in some situation, this conscience guide us. It guide us, and it will guide us about what is right decision and what is wrong decision. What is this guiding? There is an inner voice. There is an inner voice within us which will guide us what is right and wrong when we are in a confusion, and this is known as voice of conscience. Sir, we did not understand. Don't worry. Enjoy this. Be present with me. You will get clarity. What is voice of conscience? Voice of conscience is the inner voice that guides us what is right and wrong when we are involved in some critical situation. Now, be with me. There are two examples that we'll take. Situation number one, be present with me. So, I am a person riding bike, riding two wheeler. I am planning to meet my friend. I got a call from my friend. Hi, yes, man, have you left or not actually? Okay, focus here. So, I am on the way riding two wheeler actually. So, on the way to meet my friend, I got a call from my friend. So, I'm talking to him actually. So, I'm riding the hand with one hand. One side, I'm talking to the other person, riding hand actually. My focus is here also, here also. At the same time, I saw that there are some 10 kids who are in the age group of 8 to 12 years. They're also playing the cricket. So when all these things are happening and I'm moving actually, suddenly when the cricket is happening, the ball came to the middle of the road. The person who is a part of the fielding suddenly came to the middle of the road. And my focus is on cricket also, talking phone and everything. I couldn't able to control my vehicle, and I made an accident with this a 10-year-old kid called Ramesh, a boy. There were some other 9 kids were present. They were in a shock to see this incident. There's a severe bleeding. They didn't know what to do. They all went to his home, Ramesh's home, the kid's home, to tell about what has happened. Now in the scene, it's me, Mr. A, and there is a 10-year-old kid called Ramesh who met with an accident, severely bleeding. We feel like in this situation somebody is saying to us whether it is my mistake or his mistake, let us we decide it later, but first I need to go and stop bleeding to this stop the bleeding. It is the inner voice that guiding us to do this, and this is known as voice of conscience. See, it is the inner voice that guides us what is right and wrong when we are in a critical situation. Now situation number two. Now I am a government official who has studied ethics, cleared this examination, and become an IAS officer. There is a person who is sitting in front of me who is known for his corruption activities, and it doesn't deserve a tender because in the previous government project, this person is involved in corruption and the quality of work that he produced are not of good quality. When this person is asking, sir, like how all your previous officers are giving the contract to me and my family, you also make sure that you give the contract to me only. Then as a no, I feel like somebody is saying to me, no matter what, I should not give this contract to this person. I feel like somebody is saying to me, or I can come to this opinion that this is right actually, and this is known as voice of conscience. And this is known as voice of conscience. Normally our conscience says something that the in the very moment it says, we what do? We do not usually blindly follow. What we'll do, we'll start the analysis of consequences. What do? We do the analysis of consequences. What happens if I follow A? What happens if we follow B? We do this analysis of consequences from two perspectives. One is logical and ethical perspectives. So the logical and ethical analysis of consequences we do. And this is known as moral reasoning. What is moral reasoning? Logical and ethical analysis of consequences. Well, in order to write what is moral reasoning, it is a logical and ethical analysis of consequences. What does it mean? Remember, come to the situation number one. I am riding two wheeler. There is a kid who met with an accident. Now my conscience at the intuition, as a moral intuition of what is right and wrong, is said I need to stop the bleeding, I should help the child. But if I start thinking logically, if I try to stop the bleeding and everything in few seconds, his parents may come. They might scold me, they might beat me. I might have to take this child to the hospital. I need to spend time, I need to spend money, I need to face legal consequences. This is what can logically happen. This is called logical analysis of consequences. Suppose another option is I can run away from this area. But every second is important to that child. Actually, that person is severely bleeding. There might be delay in the by the time parents come, and the situation may complicate it. This child may die also. I am also thinking about other person. This is called ethical analysis of consequences. Both I am doing. What happens if I stay here? What happens if I go away from here? What happens to me? What happens to the child and everything? This thought process is known as moral reasoning, logical and ethical analysis of consequences. In the situation number two, where a person is there and this person is asking for a some contract approval. Now if I give this contract, this person is ready to give me 25 lakh rupees, I can take this actually, or I can give a very good gift to my wife, I can take care of my parents well, I can take care of my kids well, that this everything luxury 25 lakh rupees. What if I get caught in this actually? Suppose if media come to know about this issue, what happens? If somebody asks this question about the process of approval, what might happen? All this is a logical analysis. I'm also thinking, as a public servant, I come here to do good to the society, to good service for the people actually. But after coming here, I'm just earning the money. I have come to the field to end the corruption. Now I've become a part of the corruption cycle. Am I doing right actually? Or I'm doing good to the society? So I'm doing ethical analysis of consequences also. This thought process is known as moral reasoning. This thought process is known as moral reasoning. Now, once again, keep this pending. I'll come back to this slide also. Okay. Now, after doing this moral reasoning, if we want to, many times actually it happens that the right decisions may involve some adverse consequences. May involve some adverse consequences. The right decisions may involve some adverse consequences. It requires some mental strength to take the right decision in spite of the adverse consequences. And this is known as moral courage. And this is known as moral courage. Now, what is moral courage? Moral courage is the courage. The word mental strength means courage. Moral courage is the courage which is required to take the right decision in spite of the adverse consequences. ఎంత కష్టమైన పర్లేదు, ఇది రైట్ కాబట్టి నేను చేస్తాను. దీనివల్ల ఎంత ప్రాబ్లం వచ్చినా కూడా నేను ఫేస్ చేయడానికి రెడీగా ఉన్నాను. సో డోంట్ వరీ అబౌట్ అదర్ పీపుల్. నో మ్యాటర్ వాట్ హ్యాపన్స్, ఐఎమ్ రెడీ టు ఫేస్ ద కాన్సిక్వెన్సెస్. And this preparedness to do is known as moral courage. Now coming back to this, yes Vivek ji, it is in English only, just one or two sentences. When we say, we will also translate everything into English. Okay, thank you Vivek ji. Now see this. Okay, so in this situation number one, what is the right decision? Getting down and stopping bleeding to that child is the right decision. But what is the adverse consequences if I get down to to help this child? His parents may come, they might scold me, beat me, take this person, I have to go to the hospital, spend time, money and everything. These are all called adverse consequences. No matter what happens, the right decision is to help the child. If I will help the child. If I want to come to this conclusion, I need some mental strength, and that is known as moral courage. In the second situation, What is the right decision? The right decision is to not to give the tender or the project approval for this person. If I don't give, what happen? I'm losing 25 lakh rupees. This person may try to bring some pressure from the higher authorities, some politician, that this everything. All these difficulties we need to face. We should be ready to face it. And that is known as moral courage. Now, not all the people will have moral courage. We do not have moral courage. When we don't have moral courage, what do? We get influenced by the temptations. We get influenced by temptations. We get succumb to pressure. We get succumb to pressure. Then we take decision against conscience. Then we take decision against conscience. And this is known as moral corruption. We'll understand corruption in detail. In simple now, corruption is doing something against law of the land. What is moral corruption? I am doing something against my own conscience. In simple, what is moral corruption? Taking a decision against our own conscience. Taking a decision against our own conscience. Why do we do that? We don't have a moral courage. And when what is moral courage? This is a moral courage. And so we get influenced by temptation or get succumb to the pressure. Now again in the example one, what is happening? There is so much of pressure is involved. If I want to help this child, that is his parents cold, beat, everything, I am not ready to face all of this actually. Though my conscience is telling to help the child, I just ran away from this area. I went to home. This is called moral corruption. In this case, my conscience is telling me not to give the tender, but I got influenced by the temptation of 25 lakh rupees and given the approval for the tender. This is called getting influenced by temptation, and I've done something against my conscience. Whenever we take a decision against our conscience, it leads to the feel of guilt. It leads to the feel of guilt, where we are not comfortable with ourselves, where we are not comfortable with ourselves. And this situation is known as crisis of conscience. That is antakaran ka sankat in Hindi. So crisis of conscience. What is crisis of conscience? It is the feel of guilt. Why do we experience it? Because we have done something against our conscience. What is happening? Where we are not comfortable with ourselves. Now, what happened? My conscience is telling me to help the child, but I ran away from that area. I went to my home. Suppose my sister birthday party is happening, all are enjoying party, dinner, that this everything. But I'm not able to spend good time with them. I'm not able to eat well. I'm not able to sleep well. I'm thinking, "Arey, let me forget actually, and focus, sleep well." No, I'm not able to sleep well. Arey, what kind of person I am? I made an accident and come back to home and sleeping. What might happen to that child? Whether that person is alive or not? Whether the child was taken to the hospital or not? Arey, being a human being who studied ethics and so many things, how can I make this accident? So this situation where I'm feeling guilt for whatever I have done and I was not able to be comfortable within myself actually. This situation is known as antakaran ka sankat or the crisis of conscience. In the second situation, I have given the tender to this person, actually got money, 25 lakh rupees, everything is good. Next day I'm getting ready for the office. I look at myself in the mirror and say, what kind of person I am? I thought we have, I've taken this ethics examination, we have cleared this examination, want to do good for the society, everything gone. I've come to this field actually to end the corruption. Now I become a part of the corruption. Why all this uniform and everything that is required to me? Am I doing really good to the society? If I want to just make money, I should have done some business, no? Why I've come to this field? So where I'm getting irritated with myself. I'm not able to see myself in the mirror. This situation is known as crisis of conscience. A small recap of this before I take questions from you. What is the conscience? It is an inner light or the inner constitution. It is an inner sense of what is right and wrong. Whenever we are involved in some tricky situation, this inner voice guides us what is right and wrong, known as voice of conscience. Then we'll start doing the analysis of consequences from ethical as well as logical perspective. This is called moral reasoning. Most of the time the right decision may involve some problems. In spite of the problems, if we want to take right decision, we need a mental strength, and that is known as moral courage. When we don't have moral courage, we take some decision against our conscience. This is known as moral corruption. When we involved in a moral corruption, we face guilt where we are not comfortable with ourselves, and this is known as crisis of conscience. These are the words which are in front of you, and you should be able to get the meaning of this actually based on our discussion. And one more homework is actually, now we have taken two example. One is accident, another is taking the bribe. You should be able to come up with one more example and think at home actually what is voice of conscience here, moral reasoning, moral courage, moral corruption, and the crisis of conscience. These terms are very very important. Now you can ask any question related to this before I move ahead. Sir, soulless. What is soulless actually? Anurag, that time I spoke Telugu. Guilt is different from the regret. Both are same. In regret, I'm just thinking I shouldn't have done that. Regret may also face actually, suppose I've taken the logical decision of investing in a stock market, but I felt there is a fall down in the stock market. Then also I may regret actually. But guilt is mainly about the situation of right and wrong. Sometimes logical decision can go wrong and we regret it later. Suppose I invested in some movie, I may lose that actually. That not necessarily we feel guilt actually, but because I faced a loss in this movie, I may get regret. Regret can happen when we do something related to ethics and when there's a failure of the logical decision, also ethical decision. Also, in both cases, we feel regret, but guilt comes only in the ethical related situations. Conscience is a type of decision making. We use the conscience as one of the tool in the decision making. When we are taking the decision, there are so many tools we need to use. One such tool is conscience. Laya, Tamil, no, I don't know. I didn't get voice of conscience. Okay, I will explain to you. Guilt after a thing is done, regret when we don't do a thing. Actually, guilt opposite regret is what actually difference between ethics and conscience. Sayed, you will get it. Now that is also part of essence of ethics. When we discuss tomorrow, you will get complete clarity. Ethics is a very broader concept in which one source is actually conscience also. Once again, by tomorrow, you will get clarity. What is this conscience and ethics? If Raman is not able to take action, the words of his wife actually, is it moral corruption? If Raman is not able to take action of the words of his wife, which Raman, which wife, which words you are talking about? Give more clarity, Vivek. If it is about Rama Sita, which particular decision you are talking about? So yes, you will get some clarity about this question now with some examples. Moral reasoning. Okay, I will explain. Thank you, Anurag. Okay, please speak loudly. I'll speak loudly. Please summarize all the points once. Okay, I'll do that. When a person feeling guilty, what he can, she can do. Okay, that we'll discuss. Sometimes it is so confusing to take a decision from the conscience. So don't worry, you will get clarity in our journey. Okay, now to give you a more clarity, imagine this situation. A is a boy who is studying the 10th class. Okay, 10th class student. In one of the recent examination, there was an exam and he copied in the examination. He did copy, he did cheating actually, so copied some papers written and got a very good marks. good marks. B is a government official and this person has taken the bribe. C is a woman married but having extramarital affair. Extramarital affair. According to you, who will face crisis of conscience? A, B, C, only A, only B, only C, or any other combination is also fine. Who faces crisis of conscience? A, 10th class student copied in the exam. B, government officials taken the bribe. C, woman actually having extramarital affair. Okay, B, C, all of the above, all three. Okay, keep thinking. Everyone. Okay, fix some answer in your mind just for a few more seconds. Fix some answer. A, B, C, go through that and see who faces crisis of conscience. Okay, now you will get some more clarity to this word conscience. Now, whether A, B, C, do they face crisis of conscience? That is the question. The answer is all of them may face crisis of conscience. All of them may not face crisis of conscience. That depends on their conscience. We can only tell what is right and wrong from our perspective, whether A is wrong, B is wrong, C is wrong actually. But crisis of conscience is related to that individual. Only A know whether this person is feeling crisis of conscience or not. B is facing the crisis of conscience or not. C is facing the crisis of conscience. That is related to them. We cannot decide. All the three may face it, all the three may not face it also. Suppose I'm a 10th class student. I know that copying in the examination is clearly wrong, but still I'm copying in the examination. I may face cry. I got a good marks, all are appreciating, but I know that I got actually copied and I got this actually marks. I do not worth. I may be feeling uncomfortable with myself, so I face crisis of conscience. But suppose I have a clarity that I want to become a director. Suppose I watched Triple R and got inspired. I want to become a director like Rajamouli, and that is my field. But my parents don't allow me to become director till I become 18. I have to study something. This is, I don't want to study any of this actually. Suppose somehow I consider I want to turn in the cinema industry. I'm learning related to cinemas and everything. Then I copied in the examination. I may not feel crisis of conscience. In the same way, as a government official, taking bribe is wrong actually, and I have this clarity that it is a wrong, and I know that by every time I take the bribe, I'm causing injustice to many poor and weaker section of society, and then I take the bribe, I may feel crisis of conscience. But if I have this mindset that, see, first of all, there is nothing called wrong and right actually. All this ethics is there, no, very good to listen and write it on the paper. In the real life, it is of no use. See, if I don't take the bribe, my juniors will take, my seniors will take, politician will take. Then what is the difference I make? I may not make any difference actually. First of all, we say we should help for the poor people. These poor people, they take 1,500 rupees and 2,000 rupees and vote and select the MLAs and MP, and they want us to actually remove the corruption. We cannot. We are also from the society. If society is not ready to change, we can't change. So all these are good to say actually, but in real life it will not work. If I have this mindset and then actually taking this bribe, I may not feel crisis of conscience. In the same way, that woman who feels that extramarital affair is wrong, but in some situation, if she had an affair, she may feel guilty, or if she thinks that it is fine actually. If I did not wanted to marry this person, actually my parents forced to marry, but I'm not getting any feeling towards this person, so I'm having an affair. So this person may not feel crisis of conscience. I am not saying that he is right or she is right or something. They may or may not feel. That depends on their conscience. I copied in 10th exam, but I did not get any conscience. So, no comments. We can't say if they are done with their conscience, that is not a crisis of conscience. One's inner conscience, actually, that is not crisis of conscience. Sir, copying is also a skill. Jhansi Rani ji, yes, it may be skill, but when to use it, why to use? The purpose of education system is to know whether I have understood or not. Without understanding, getting clear or this is no use. No, correct. Yeah, that may be a skill also. Copying without getting caught, but is it necessary? Taking bribe without getting caught is also a skill. Having affair without knowing to other people is also a skill. Everything is a skill. Cyber crimes is a skill, but all skills are not right skills. Hacking is a skill. You can use it for right or wrong purpose also. Sir, if someone succumb to pressure not because of the logical thinking, but because of his responsibility towards his family member, is that too moral corruption? For example, if the person passes the tender not because of the bribe, but because the child got kidnapped by the contractor and forced him to do. So, Divya, by with our explanation, you should get this clarity. Now, listen to this. Whenever I know that it is completely wrong and I'm doing it, then only it is called moral corruption, and only then I face crisis of conscience. No matter what the situation, it's all about what I consider as a right and what I'm doing. If I consider something as right and I'm doing the opposite, then it is called moral corruption. Sir, there are times where we do the unethical things, and we don't get crisis of conscience. Then we are bad people. Then what is unethical thing that you are doing? It depends actually on that. If you know that it is wrong and you will not be doing it, if you do that it is a right, you have to do that actually. If you are feeling doing unethical, means what is that unethical, that decides whether you are a good or bad. If I'm doing sexually harassing somebody and not feeling crisis of conscience, then I'm definitely a bad person. I'm doing something which is hurting others, harming others, but I'm enjoying, then I'm definitely a bad person. Sir, if a man is not able to take action against the unethical commands of his wife, is it a moral corruption? Once again, Vivek. So, hope you got clarity. What is moral corruption? I know something wrong, but I'm doing it. I know something is right, I have to do it, but not doing it. Both are called moral corruption. That depends. You should ask that person only. If you ask me right or wrong, that's a different question. Whether it's a moral corruption, only those who has a conscience, that person only should tell. Yes, conscience is different from person to person. Yes, Dharmendra, that's what our intention of saying all this. There are times where we have to do. If someone succumb to pressure, is answered, Divya. Even doing a murder is also a skill, but we cannot appreciate. Yes, Anurag. Sir, if a man is not able to take action against the unethical commands of his wife, is it moral corruption? Answered. Sir, because I don't know how to copy, I always read and write exam honestly. Okay. So, okay. Can you please complete the class at 8:20 because we have a webinar? Lakshmi ji, let's we go further. Okay, your concern is also genuine. So, we'll also try to make sure that we'll take class till 8:20. Conscious can be changed or not? Again, Sakshi ji, you are using the word conscious. The word conscious is different from the word conscience. Not giving hand made notes to your friend. Sir, conscious can be changed or not? First thing, consciousness. It will be keep changing. Whether conscience can be changed? Yes, it can be changed actually. Okay, now listen to me. How do we get conscience? Through the process of socialization. Can conscience be changed? Yes, Sakshi, it can be changed. We will get the answer now. Okay, now this is just about the terms. Hope the terms are clear to you. Terms, these words are clear to you. Few more concepts about conscience so that you will get clarity. Yes, friends. Yes, Anurag. Sir, upbringing, society, religion, caste affects the framing of conscience. Yes. In fact, they create conscience, they changes the conscience. Priyanshu want to know succumb. Succumb means surrender. So these words are there in your PPT, so you no need to write down, but make sure that you are understanding this. Before we go into this slide, do you know there is a character called Chitragupta? Who is Chitragupta? Sakshi do not know Chitragupta. In the mythology, there is a character called as assistant of Yamaraj actually. Okay, it is said that Chitragupta is a person who keeps track of us actually, all the good things that we are doing and the bad things that we are doing. Everything will be noted down, and after our death, we go to this lokam where Yamaraja is there, and Chitragupta will tell what are the good things I have done and the bad things I have done. And finally, by analyzing that, they will decide whether should I go to heaven or hell. What is there in heaven? Feel it's bad, then he won't have a crisis of conscience. This is socialization. If in a society incest is allowed, then a person might not feel. Vedashri, you will get the answer by the end of our class actually. Um, Angels are there, happy only, Indra is there, Moksha is there. What else is there in heaven? Heaven may have moksha. What is moksha, Kamlesh? All luxurious and happiness things are there. Angels welcome in the heaven. Okay, there's a Rembe, Uroshi, Menake, Tilottame, all are dancing. With something, you are sleeping, you are having the fruits and everything. So, something that we have seen in the movies, all these things are there. But we don't know whether really those things are there or not. Normally, like heaven, and if we do something wrong, there is hell, and we get so much of punishment. Now, listen to me. This Chitragupta thought actually, and to he got some thoughts and went to Yamaraja and told that, see, Yamaraj, they are doing something wrong in Bolokam. We are giving punishment later. They are doing something good in the Bolokam, then we are giving the punishment actually after they are doing something good. We are sending heaven after their death. Can't we do some changes? And why can't we give the punishment and the rewards then and there only? So Yama also thought it is good. They went to Brahma and they made some amendments actually. Now we don't have Chitragupta in a different Yamaloka or something. This Chitragupta is there within all of us actually, in the name of conscience. So what is conscience? Conscience is a great ledger where all our offenses are booked and registered. Great ledger means account book. Suppose whatever the good things, bad things I have done, you may not know, but I know. Suppose I have this Mr. A who is sitting there, or they just hypothetically I have cheated this person. This person may not have the ability to take a revenge against me, but I know that I have done a mistake actually. Whenever I see, I'm feeling guilt for it. Arey, I have cheated this person, I shouldn't have done this actually. How can I do this actually? So I'm telling, let me forget something I have done actually, let me focus on other things. No, I'm not able to focus. The more and more I say I should not think, I should not think, I'm thinking again, I'm complicating the things. It is a terrible witness. I am doing some crime. If other person is saying, I may try to suppress that person, but my conscience I am not able to suppress. That is what is called terrible witness. ಈತನೊಬ್ಬ ಭಯಾನಕ ಸಾಕ್ಷಿಧಾರ. It's a terrible witness. So this conscience threatens us. Whenever I'm trying to do something wrong, it may threaten. See, macha, whatever you are doing is wrong. Don't do this actually. If you do this, you might get caught. Don't do this. So we feel like somebody is threatening to us. It also gives promises, assurance. Now whenever we are doing good actually, see, don't worry, other people may or may not understand. You are going in the right path. Just you go ahead, you will get clarity. We get motivated to do something. We get rewards. Suppose I consider helping poor people is good. I got a job, I got my first salary, then I went to an orphanage and sponsored the food for the people in that area, in that orphanage. Now because of my contribution, there are 50 people who are able to eat well actually on that day. Very nutritious, tasty food and all. And I'm feeling proud about that. I want to share it with other people. I'm getting excessive happiness. Who is giving to me? That is a conscience. It rewards. In the same way, when I do something wrong, no other people don't know that they don't know that I've done a wrong, but I'm not able to sleep well, eat well actually, and not able to enjoy my life. Though I may be sitting in a a very comfortable curl bed, I'm not getting sleep. They're pricking. So this is punishment, keeping everything under its control, keeping everything under its control. Now focus here. Now I'll take the doubts actually. If you are typing something, you may miss this and then you will ask this question later. So when we ask the doubts, please I'll take the doubts actually. Now focus on this. If conscience thinks once, it is a caution. Whenever I'm trying to do something wrong, it will sting me once until again whatever you are doing is wrong. I have to take it as a warning and try not to repeat it. I have already done one mistake, conscience told it is wrong, but if twice again I'm doing, it is a condemnation. It is an excessive criticism. Like it is like I've done the mistake twice, then my conscience will come out of me and says, "What kind of person you are? Again and again you are doing the same mistake. Why are you even alive? Why can't you go and die somewhere?" So these people who face this crisis of conscience, it is so terrible that actually many times they have the only option to go into a depression or they may die also. That is a condemnation. We as a human beings are combination of many qualities. There is something called cowardice which is present all of us. Before I do something, it will ask me, is the thing safe? If I give importance to this, I do only those things which is safe to me. There is something greedy that is present within all of us. Before I do something, it will ask me, is there is any gain from it? Nakem labam dintlo. If I ask you, take this book and give it to the another person, actually, what is the gain? Sir, I don't do this because there is no use to me. So, in the same way, we all have this vanity. This will ask, can I become a great person? Is somebody is observing that I'm doing a good work? Oh, then I will do it. Is media is watching? Then I do the good work. We all have a lust within all of us. This lust will ask, can I get a pleasure in that, some kick in that? So we all have all of these qualities. It's all about for which one we give more priority. These qualities are there within all of us, but which one, the proportions and combinations of these are different. How these qualities are there. We also have one more quality, that is conscience. This conscience will always ask this question, is the thing that you are going to do, is it right? But there are some people who are repeatedly involving in the bribe. They're involving in sexual harassment. They're involved in scams, crimes, and everything. What happened to them? They have become deaf to the voice of conscience. Their conscience is telling, see, man, woman, whatever you are doing is wrong, wrong, wrong. But they have become deaf. They are no more able to listen. They have become insensitive to its pricks. It is pricking that it is wrong, 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 but they have lost sensitivity. In Kannada, they say, ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಮೇಲ್ ಮಳೆ ಹುಯ್ದಂಗೆ ಅಂತ. It means some even there is a heavy rainfall and buffalo cannot differentiate. It seems it is considered that actually. So in the same way, conscience is telling it is wrong, 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 but they are not able to feel the sensitivity. They have become callous to its criticisms. They have, though this actually criticizing, they have become stone-hearted people. That criticism is not affecting. Only those people actually they do some mistakes. They repeatedly do the mistake. Now, I'll take doubts if there is anything. All these slides are available to you. You can get these slides actually. So now, see, listen to this. This statement from the APJ Abdul Kalam. He says that if we do the wrong things today and take them lightly, we will not hesitate to perform the serious crime tomorrow. Our conscience will become blunt and loses its sensitivity. The habit of doing evil deed will pervade our whole body like the poison of scorpion. There is a statement. Suppose I take one day 500 rupees bribe and take it lightly. So, and then 1,000 rupees, 10,000 rupees, 50,000, lakhs and lakhs of rupees every day taking bribe, it is no more even have an impact on me. I'm not even considering it as a wrong. There are some people who are convicted under the Nirbhaya incident, for the Nirbhaya gang rape incident. There is a documentary called India's Daughter. BBC has made one documentary. It was banned in India. May be available in the internet actually. So in that documentary, the BBC go and do the interview of the people who are convicted. Do you feel guilty that you have done such a heinous crime? But one of the persons say, I don't think we have done anything wrong. There's a woman at 9 o'clock. She was going in a bus with somebody else. She is going against our culture. We should teach a lesson to that kind of girls. We have done many other such crimes actually. We have seen many other bigger crimes. I don't think we have done such a great crime. So those people who have done such a heinous act of actually gang rape, but they are not even feeling guilty. Why this is? You do wrong things and you take it lightly actually, you may continue to do that. So first we should not do mistakes actually, but even if we do the mistake we should accept it, correct it, and take some step not to repeat it. But if we go on doing the mistakes actually, this is what can happen. Before we move ahead, observe these points and see if there is any doubt. Heaven is a reward, hell is a punishment. Not taking birth again, that is a mukti. Okay. Astonishingly, all religions have similar basic thoughts. Yes. Conscience is Chitragupta. Yes. Sir, my SD God. Okay. Both the devil and angel are within us. Okay, yes, Sakshi, you are right. See, this Ramayana, Mahabharata, actually, especially Mahabharata, you take the Kauravas and Pandavas. As a war of Kurukshetra might have happened some 5,000 years ago, where the Pandavas was able to win. But there's a Kauravas and Pandavas within all of us also. So, with ethical values, we need to make sure that the Pandavas will win actually. Angels and evils, Kauravas, Pandavas, they're all within all of us. It's all about which one we feed it. That may differentiate so called good people from the bad people. Check the dictionary meaning of vanity and lust, Vivek ji. Up, you will get understand. నాకేమీ లాయక్ లేదు సార్. ఎస్ మిశ్రా, ఏమనిపిస్తుంది మీకు? The feeling of prideness, vanity. Condemnation means excessive criticism. See, these are all some dictionary meaning. So when some ethical terms will tell you, but this is also will tell you, but also use dictionary for the English word. Chitragupta in Islam is called as Kiraman Khatibin. Okay, that's good information. Callous means stone-hearted. Chala baundi. Okay, thank you. Conscience is updating daily on our experience and the knowledge. That Balraju, you will get clarity soon in few minutes actually. Okay. Now, as a part of our preparation to the conscience or any topics that we discuss, actually, it is advisable that you know at least 2 to 3 statements or the quotes. There is a website called Brainy Quotes. Brainy Quotes. If you visit this website, Brainy Quotes, and type any word like ethics, integrity, aptitude, conscience, and all this word, you will get hundreds of quotes. Just go through few quotes and select any two or three quotes, and try to remember them. They can be used as a very good sentences when you're writing the answer. Just keep it them 2 to 3 sentences. But when you're writing, it's very important that you understand them. Only when you understand them, you know where to use them. Every sentence because said by somebody, we cannot use it everywhere actually in every question. We have to be very careful, especially as a civil servants you are choosing it. You have to be very careful when you are actually selecting this. Now go through these sentences and check for one statement actually, that we have to be very careful when you are using, and the 90% of the time we should not use it. Can you come up with any such statement here that most of the times we have to be very careful not to use this statement actually? Chitragupta Bhagavan, founding father of Khayatas. I am not sure, Vivek. Okay, Vaishna has one answer. Syed has an answer. We should not use quotes. We should use quotes, but we have to be very careful when we are using it actually. Mm, yes, Vaishna. In subjective scenarios, actually, sir, please explain. Yes, I will explain, Anurag. I will explain all the codes. Okay, that's good, Vivek. Okay, now listen to me. So it is not like we should not use it, but we have to be careful. This statement actually, like Albert Einstein says that, never do anything against the conscience, even if the state demands it. Now, first thing, whether our conscience will always be right. Do you think that our conscience will always be right? No, not necessarily, because we do not have any chip that is introduced by God or something. We learn what is right and wrong through the process of socialization. That is, we learn what is, we feed our conscience. Our conscience learn also what is right and wrong from our parents, from the educational institutions we attend, from the media that we watch, books we read, the friends we are having, the society in which we grow up, the law of the land, etc. All we learn. Sometimes there may be a wrong here only, so we might have learned the wrong things actually. So especially as a civil servants, when we come, so we should also give priority to the law of the land actually, and never do anything against the conscience even if the state demands it. We have to be very careful when you are using it actually. So what you are using, why you are using, you have to be very careful. So here Mark Twain says, so understand them, go through that, select two three, and only when you understand you will differentiate whether should I use this here or not. Good friends, good books, and sleepy conscience is the ideal life. If you want to live a good life, according to Mark Twain, we should have a good friends. Okay, we can understand that. Good books we should read. That is also we can understand. What is sleepy conscience here means? Can you guess actually, or think and tell me what is the meaning of, or what may be the meaning of sleepy conscience? Yes, Kamalesh, you are right. Especially for a soldiers, if we are using this statement. Sleepy means dormant. Okay. Now, what is the meaning of this? No, listen to this. Normally, when we are living a life according to our conscience, we are happy. We are doing good actually. So sometimes when we are start doing anything against our conscience will wake up and start torturing actually. Here, sleepy conscience means you are having the concept of right and wrong and you are living according to that. Then it is sleeping actually. When you start going against it, then it will start torture you. That is the meaning. Now, Mahatma Gandhi ji says that the opinion of your conscience is much more superior than any other quotes. So, to highlight the importance of conscience, normally, pillow is considered to be something which makes our sleep better. When you have a clarity of what is right and wrong and you follow that, actually, you also feel actually you can also sleep well. Sometimes when we don't know what to do, Arey God, tell me what should I do in this situation? Rutherford says, ask your conscience. It will tell you what is right and wrong. Normally, when we are doing something and if we know that somebody is observing us, actually, we may do ethically. But when we know that whatever I'm doing, nobody will come to know, we may do something wrong. But that is why there's a conscience that warns us that somebody might be looking actually. If not anybody, my self-respect is only looking at me. So I have to be careful not to do the wrong things. Like this, hundreds of quotes are available. Go through on your own. Please select two to three quotes that you are able to understand. Sleepy conscience. In this context, sleepy conscience means you are a person is following the conscience. When you know what is right and wrong and you follow, it will be sleeping. Awake means when it will awake actually, when you are started doing against your conscience, it will wake up and start torturing you. So that means you are living a life according to your conscience. You know what is right and wrong and you are following that. Then it is a good life. You know what is right and wrong, but doing opposite, that create a problem. You cannot be happy. If you want to live a good life, know what is right and wrong and live according to that. Sir, if we can't do anything against our conscience, it is against our state, then state punishes. Yes, if we can't do anything against our conscience and it is against our state, if you do something against the state, then state will punish you. That's what Einstein quote that we discussed actually. You have to be very careful when to use, when not to use it. So based on this, actually, this is a homework question. I want you to try this question, and tomorrow we'll discuss the answer for this actually. So now, as you have an another class at 8:30, we will take for a few more minutes, but I'll take only the doubts actually. So this question, these are the any doubts that you are having from the today session, you can ask for the next 6 minutes. I will answer them. And because it is our first day of ethics classes actually, how we went? Are we going in a right speed actually? Are you facing any problem? Anything has to be changed from the tomorrow session, or is everything fine actually? The speed and the clarity is everything. Any issues are there, you can also let me know now. So I'll take doubts and everything, and this is a homework for tomorrow. Now please ask any question and give your opinion. Is everything going well in the class actually? Please explain the last one. Okay, the last one saying that normally when we know that if somebody is observing us, we try to do the right things. In the same way, conscience is like warning, somebody is looking, always do the right thing. Who is that somebody? Your self respect is watching. I myself watching me, so I have to be careful not to do anything which is wrong. Everything is fine. Okay, thank you. How to focus on our inner voice? Just give some time to it, listen to it actually. Whenever you are in dilemma, see what is right about it actually. Ask some questions so that you will get the clarity. It is always there to help you, but we should just see some time, ask about it. Everything is fine, Arti, thank you. Great learning, Lakshmi, thank you. Sir, should we have to learn all these codes? No, Aniket. Try to learn 2 to 3 codes. That's all. Try to remember them so that where to use, how to use, we will discuss in the future classes. Sir, should we have to learn all this? Everything is fine. Those who have no doubts, can we leave? Yes, Vedashri. If anybody do not have the no, actually, any doubts, you can leave, but you may learn from the others' doubts also. If you have that curiosity, you can stay. Otherwise, we are just answering the question. No new topics will be we are teaching now. So those who are in hurry for to prepare mentally for the next class, you can always leave. Vedashri, and sir, Hayes codes. What is this HAYS codes? Okay. Okay. So conscience is the authentic voice of the God to you. Sometimes when we'll ask God, right? Array God, what to do? So Rutherford is equaling the voice of conscience to the voice of God. Valuable, good class. I understand each and everything. Thank you, Priyanshu. Thank you, Sushil Mishra. Homework question, please. Yeah, this is a homework question. Please take this actually, note down this question, and tomorrow we'll discuss. Without using the Google, try to find the answer for this question. Um, Change the view of ethics in one class. Okay. 14 more days to go also. Ujjwal, thank you, Akshita, Dinesh. If any unethical practice is taught as ethical to anybody, then that person's conscience will be in favor of that bad deed. Yes, Eshi, sometimes we may be programmed to do bad things and considering it as a right. It can happen. The speed, clarity, explanation, everything is good, but please can you try to write straight? Okay, actually, I'm comfortable in writing this cross actually, but if you really need straight, I'll keep this in the mind actually. Tomorrow we'll ask if others also has some problem, then I will try to put straight actually. Otherwise, okay, we'll just adjust that. Thank you, Aniket. Thank you, Vivek ji. And first time listening Telugu in the class. Okay. Yes, yes, you can ask Pravalika ji. Kannada, Telugu, English, you can ask. Thank you, Sri Lakshmi. Sir, does the quote by Albert Einstein also cover our freedom fighters, revolutionaries, as they were against the British state? See, he said actually, but now earlier foreigners are ruling us actually. Then they may went actually. So they went against the state actually. That may be right actually. What of course Bhagat Singh they have done may be right because we are ruled by foreigners. Now we are ruled by ourselves. That is why, especially as a civil servant, you have to think 100 times before you go against the state. Just practice it. Tomorrow you will find the answer, Laya. Thank you, Gayatri. Thank you. Oriya, I don't know, Mr. Raji. So thank you, thank you. If anybody has a doubt, you can keep here for a few more minutes. Otherwise, actually, please you leave because you have a class, another class at 8:30, right? Um, Okay, Einstein quote was in the context of atomic bomb. Maybe they will tell the quote in many different contexts actually. So that's what many people have the quotes at different perspectives. We as a civil service aspirant in the 21st century, as a civil service aspirant, is this the right quote and when to use it? Only when I understand and when I get more clarity about the civil services, everything, then we know where to use it. We cannot rebel our own government instead of contesting the elections. Thank you for simplified explanation, your handholding and guidance. Okay, thank you, Vice. Thank you, Kamalesh. Some of you may have some doubts and you think, sir, is this doubt silly actually or something? No, the doubt is a doubt. There is no silly doubt or something. So if you have anything, you can ask actually. Mishra, that will not be answered here. Anurag ji, thank you. See, Sakshi want to know the difference between conscious and the conscience. See, I told you conscious. Like I am conscious. Conscious or consciousness means awareness of surroundings. The simple definition of it is awareness of our surroundings. This is conscious. Conscience, it is inner sense of right or wrong. I, as a now, I am aware that my name is Srinivas. I am taking the classes for you. Now class is over. I am taking the question answer session. So by 8:30, I have to end my class. And now there's a good temperature and everything. I am wearing this blue shirt and blue color waistcoat, everything. This is all called consciousness. When you ask me this question, sir, do you think it is right or wrong? I am analyzing and telling whether it's right or wrong from my perspective. That is, I'm telling based on my conscience. Okay, Sakshi, hope you got the answer. Last 1 minute. Okay, friends. So thank you. These are all the classes for today. If please go through this actually. If you have any doubts, issues, or concerns, actually, you can also ask us tomorrow before we begin the class. Actually, we'll discuss all of this in detail. So these are all the session for today. Hope that today's class was beneficial for you. Thank you for your cooperation, and we'll meet tomorrow. Thank you for your cooperation. Thank you, friends.